window, that window. One, my name is Katy of Greenland Quilter, and tonight Chaunda's come to sew with me, and we are going to work on whatever we are working on. I'm going to continue on with my UFO village green that I've been trying to get finished so that I can sew them all together. And what are you going to be working on, Chaunda?
I think that I'm going to be working on my the um the blocks from the Sew Sampler box. I've
Mm-hmm.
got them all pre-cut. So I think I'm going to work on those. But I don't know. I might sew whatever. I'm just going to sew whatever I feel like sewing. Whatever moves me.
Hey, that's what this is about. Just sewing to get us sewing together,
Yep.
and whatever you can work on, that's what we're doing.
Yep, I've got some crochet over here. I've got 3 different quilts over here. So, well, actually
That's
4.
funny.
So I'm gonna have fun.
Can't tell if anybody's in the channel. Oh, hi, Robin. I was getting a little concerned there for a minute because I didn't see anybody commenting. Hello, Robin. It didn't look like anyone was in here. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hello, Diane. Hi, Jean. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Heather. There's Janice. I see you. I mean, Chaunda, sorry. Hello, Fallon. Hi, Glenda. So, in case you didn't hear what we have planned, we'll be working on current UFO WIPs or current new projects. I'll let Chaunda tell you what she's going to work on. I'm going to continue on with working on my village green so that I can get it finished. And Fallon says, so excited to see Chaunda on your channel. I love watching her videos. So now I'll give it to Chaunda and she can tell you what she's going to do.
Well, first, Fallon, I want to say thank you for the inspiration. It made me feel so much better to know how many UFOs you had. I felt so much better. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing. So I've got a couple of projects that I've got pulled out. I've got my Sew Sampler sew along blocks that I've got cut out. I think I've got blocks 5 through 9 cut out. So I might sew those together. I think I'm gonna start with that. But I've also got a couple of projects over here. My upscale plaid quilt that I'm working on, and then another one called Pick Up Sticks. So I'm not really quite sure what I'm going to work on. I've even got my crochet project over here. So whatever I feel like doing, that's what I'm going to do.
Hi, Donnell. Uh-oh, I hear an echo. At least I thought I did. Huh, that was interesting. Fallon says that she thinks she made a lot of people feel better.
She said 74. Man, my heart just soared. I was like, oh, yay. It's not just me.
74 what?
That I think that was like how many UFOs she had.
That many? Really? Wow. I think mine's close to around 25. I haven't got all of them out yet because I can't get to some of them.
I need to count mine.
But now here's the thing. I do have kits that I haven't even started on.
I don't count kits. If you haven't cut the fabric, then I don't count it.
Yeah, they haven't been cut. I think that I at least have 5 of those.
If we're counting kits, then just forget it. Forget it.
Fallon says, yep, I have that many. Wow. That's too funny. So, before I start sewing, I want to ask a couple questions. And tell you something too. So, yes, I interviewed a young lady today, and I can't exactly say her name properly, so y'all are gonna have to excuse me. And I hope she won't be too aggravated because she did correct, she did say her name, but it's gonna, it's yeah. Sometimes my southern tongue gets in the way of everything. So, her name is, I'm going to say it like Vickety, but I know that's not how you say it. She's from Suspicious. Her business is called So Suspicious. Let me write that in the channel. So I interviewed her today, and tomorrow I am having another live starting at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time because she has a young 3-year-old. And so she can't exactly plan anything in the late afternoon, early evening hours. But she's going to come sew with me for an hour. And the reason that we're doing this is because she is one of the designers for the Fat Quarter Shop Stronger Together sew along that starts on February 1st.
Nice.
This is going to be my 3rd year doing my, Stronger Together. The Fat Quarter Shop is sponsoring this, and the pattern is free. I will post links down in the description box probably after the live. You can go download this pattern, and if you are feeling generous, there is a link where you can donate $15 or more for the United Negro College Fund, and the fund is to help students get into college. And that quarter shop will match whatever is raised. And there's 3 designers for this pattern, and one of the other women that I will be sewing with, I won't be sewing with her until April. So the Stronger Together will be already over with by the time we could get together because she's very booked up. But I wanted you to see this, and I'm hoping all of y'all will have time sometime tomorrow. If you can't make it to the live, you can watch the what do you call it? Replay. You can come and watch the replay, and y'all give her some love because one of the things that she mentioned during the interview, and what I'm going to, speaking of the interview, here's what's going to happen. The live starts at 1. I'll be editing the interview tonight, and I'm going to stick that interview in front of my live. So it will be scheduled for however long the video is. I will compensate for that many minutes, and it will start for that many minutes, and then y'all will probably see the live start promptly right after that. And she's really a nice person. She's an immigrant. She moved to the United States. Her parents moved into the United States when she was 15 years old from the Dominican Republic. So she is a person of color. And one of the things that she mentioned during our interview is all the people of color quilt designers can use all the help they can get with people coming and buying their patterns from them, participating in whatever they're doing to help get their work out there along with other people. So keep that in mind. And if you're, like I said, if you're feeling generous, please donate to the fund because it helps young people who are, don't have the money to go to school. And I know what that's like. And any help you can get will help them. So please do that. And please participate in Stronger Together too, because here's something else. Fat Quarter Shop will be giving prizes away periodically during the whole month. So the biggest thing you have to do is every week when you do the block, because these will be the sew along will go 4 weeks, and you can see there's 4 sections plus the outer border on here. So the outer border is week 1, or maybe there's 3 weeks worth. So the outer border is week 1, and then the 2 bottom blocks is week 3, and the 2 top blocks is week 2. So if you post your pictures of your block and make sure you put on there stronger together, hashtag stronger together, along with hashtag Qaqortoq, they will see your pictures on Instagram, Facebook, and I think it's mainly Facebook and Instagram. And they will determine they will pick somebody based on what their blocks look like. And you will win a prize. I don't know what the grand prize is this time. Last year I won a out of the blue. I couldn't believe I even won anything. I won a Panasonic 360 cordless iron. Of course, I can't use it over here. So it's sitting in California, still in this brand new box, and it's never been used. But you know, I'll figure out what to do about it. Maybe I'll give it as a gift. You know, when I reach a certain percentage on my channel or something, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll give it as a grand prize to somebody. I haven't made up my mind what to do with it yet, but it was given to me as a gift because of my hard work on my last year's Stronger Together. And yeah, maybe I'll just pay it forward and give it as a grand prize for when I do another drawing, which I'm thinking I'm going to be doing a 1-year drawing. So, because that's when I started my channel. So anyhow, so I'm going to see if Chaunda has anything she wants to say.
Oh Lord, don't put me on the spot. I forgot. I did have something to say, but I forgot what it was. Oh, the Stronger Together. So I know I won't be able to sew it this year because I had already chosen my projects that I was starting the year out with. But I think I'm still going to donate. That's what I did last year. So I think I've sewn 2 years, and I think I've donated 3. So
yeah, there's
the 2 years that I sewed,
yeah,
the 2 years that I sewed, I still donated. I paid for the pattern, and I donated what I thought the value of the pattern was. So I did donate. I have donated on the years that I didn't sew. So I'm probably gonna just donate this year. The sewing's not gonna work for me. The timing. I've already got my heart set on something else.
I know what you mean. Okay, so hi, Joe. Let me see what I missed out on. He's making way progress and somebody's making progress with something. Oh, Chaunda said that. So, hi, Donnell. Yes, but it's true. I have finished a few. I think everyone will be surprised when I post update videos again. And Joy says, hi, Joy T. Hey, make sure you come to the live tomorrow because I am going to after Bickety will only be able to stay an hour for the live tomorrow. And after the live, we're going to play with half-square triangle paper. And I'm going to show you how to do it so that you'll know when you buy some what you'll be doing with it. She's interested in half-square triangle paper, and she's never seen it before or used it. So I'm going to do a demo tomorrow so that her and whoever else might be interested that's never seen it before will know what it is. Hello, Kristen Yellow from the Friendly Skies. I'm about to take off in Charlotte going to Atlanta, but I'll wait until I get cut off. Okay, safe flight. And Chaunda says, or Heather says, Chaunda, I have donated and not sewn. Work schedule does not allow me to sew everything I want to.
Absolutely.
I didn't do the first year because I wasn't sure how I was going to do, how I wanted to do it. So I didn't do it. But then when the second year came out, I'm like, oh, this one looks like fun. And I used to teach the test run that I did using the teach. So I did year 2 and year 3 with the teach. And I'm going to do this year's with the teach too.
Yeah, I didn't like the pattern the first year. I think it was.
Yeah, the first one was kind of odd.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the pattern. So, but I supported what the idea of it, the concept So it's like, I'll donate, but I'm not going to make this.
Yeah. And I mean, I have a pattern. I thought about trying to make it, but every time I look at it, I'm like, okay. All right, so let's get on with this sewing. So right now I am probably about 70% done with clue 8 of my billet green. So I'm going ahead and finish putting it together. I'll press it and then I'll show it to you, and then I am going to move to clue 9 after that. I'm getting closer, guys. So everybody in the channel, tell us what you're working on. Let me see what y'all are working on. Inquiring minds want to know. Or I want to know. Yeah, do you remember always hearing that saying, inquiring minds want to know? It was first time.
I want to know. Yeah, I'm old enough to remember. Inquiring minds.
Remember what commercial was.
I want to know.
Yes, like inquiring minds want to know.
Was that the National Enquirer, I guess?
No, it wasn't that. It was something else. I
don't know what that was for.
Yeah, I can't remember either what it was for, but it was for something. Something, but what? I don't remember. Someone, I forget where I was at, but someone was asking, someone posted about commercials. Oh, it might have been in one of the groups on Facebook, one of the quilt groups. Someone said, let's talk about commercials. What do you remember? What commercial do you remember back in the day when you were young? And
no, it was the National Enquirer.
Was it?
Well, it originally came from E.F. Hutton in the 70s. But I remember it from the National Enquirer.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was the National Enquirer or not.
But they stole it.
They stole a lot of things. Why I never bothered to read their paper.
Well, I never read it because when it was in its heyday, I was like in high school. It was like the last thing I cared about. I wanted Tiger Beat, not National Enquirer.
Exactly. Didn't have time. Didn't have time for that method. And most of the time, it was all garbage anyway. Half the time, I felt sorry for the Hollywood people who were trying to live their life and you being hounded by those people. Diane says, National Enquirer. See you later, Debbie. She says she has to go, so catch up on the replays instead. And let me post Chaunda's channel again. If you have not subscribed to her channel, please go over there and do that. We all are a part of a village or tribe, and we need to help each other out. So please go over there and help her channel.
I swear, the only thing with these block of the months, sometimes it's so many pieces.
Yep.
That's why I was like, I don't think I'll do this the entire time we're on here. Because I know after I get a block done or maybe 2, I'm like, okay.
You're over it?
I'm over it.
I don't know what you mean. Actually, I am having a hard time adjusting to such a small space.
How's your have you made any progress on your repairs?
So the boiler has been put in as far as that's concerned. However, the work on my sewing room, they put scaffolding out there and everything. That was 2 days before Nikolai left. Nothing has happened since Nikolai left.
Oh my gosh.
Not a darn thing. They haven't even shown face over here.
That's so frustrating.
So yeah, it's very frustrating. It really annoys the out of me. I just don't know how you make a living treating people like that.
I just don't know how you make a living not keeping your word.
Right.
Not doing what you said you were gonna do. Like I don't get that.
I don't either. I mean, you're basically throwing away money that you would have gotten, and we don't have a choice on getting anyone else. They're the only one. So that makes it twice as bad for us because it's us.
Well, that's probably what it is then. They probably know you're like between a rock and a hard place. Like, so they figure they can just kind of jerk you around because you can't go anywhere.
Nikolai ship went to the East Coast, and I'm trying not to freak out, but I haven't talked to my husband in um since Thursday last week.
Wow.
And normally he calls me on the week. He calls me one on the weekend every week, and I didn't even get a phone call. So they must be somewhere where he can't call, or something's wrong with their satellite phone one. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's really no telling.
I don't even know exactly where they're fishing at right now because I was waiting to get a call so I could ask that question when he got there. Because he didn't know when we talked last time, he wasn't sure where they were going to be actually fishing at. And I'm pretty sure he's a little frustrated because he hadn't been able, he hadn't called because he probably
Yeah.
he wants to check on me too, of course, and Coda. I don't know what I'm going to do about my dog.
What's wrong with the dog?
You know, he had like 4 or 5 days where blood was coming out the other end,
Okay.
and um he wasn't vomiting or nothing, it was just coming out that side. And it looked like he was in a lot of pain. And that lasted about uh-oh, what happened here? That was weird. Um he he did that like for 4 days, and I was having to take him outside like every 20 minutes because if I didn't, it would be all over the floor
Oh no.
because that's how bad it was. And I had never I didn't think any dog had that much blood inside of them. I never seen so much of it. And but the last 3 or 4, well, last 4 days, I guess, that stopped. He had a couple of days where what was coming out looked weird, and but and I started offering him some food again. Oh, right now I'm only giving him ground beef and an egg.
Okay.
He's fat, and egg has fat in it. And because I'm afraid to try to give him anything before I figure out what is going on. And we don't have a veterinarian, but I feel like that this is because he's not acting sick right now. He acts like he feels better. He's Mr. Vocal and talking and wanting to go outside. And right now he's laying over here on the floor. I've let him in here because I don't think he's going to get sick in here now. I couldn't even let him in here because I was having to make sure I keep an eye on him. But he's no worse, but I don't feel like that he's over whatever happened either.
Okay. So he seems in better spirits, but you
Yeah,
don't think he's well yet.
no. And yeah, he's much better mentally, that's for sure. I just don't know what to do there's nothing I can do because we don't have a vet. And I'm having a hard time knowing that it could be I have to make a tough decision that would be easier if I had a vet to make that decision with, because the vet would, you know, do something more humane, where the last thing Coda saw would be my face.
Okay.
But here in the Arctic, sometimes it's a more violent way. I don't know if I can handle it. And since half the town is afraid of him, I don't even know the person who takes care of that kind of thing will probably expect me to help take him where they can do it at. Which means I will be hearing that sound. Somebody's pacing. It must be Nora. But for right now, he's holding his own. So as long as he's doing that, that's good.
Okay.
I don't know what I just did on my machine, but the thread broke, and that usually doesn't happen on this machine. Generally, it looks like I'm going to be playing bobbin chicken soon. Myra, hey Myra, my friend's here. Myra says rice is gentle. Yeah, somebody else suggested rice. I was trying not to move back into cooked things because he hasn't eaten cooked food or kibble in over a year. Neither one of them have. It's been all a raw food diet. So, yeah. And Miss Piggy Poo thinks she needs to be eating 7 days or seven every hour of the darn day. Rice with broth, Robin said. I'm kind of wondering if he doesn't have some kind of blockage or something. Battery's got cancer 1. You know, the cutback of, you know, he went 4 days where I wasn't feeding him at all. And he has not dropped any weight, which is the strangest thing I've ever seen. He must have enough of a on the body using that. I say rice and broth as well, Katie. I don't think eggs would be good at this time. It's Coda, Myra, the 9.5-year-old dog, the big dog. Kelly says, that's hard, Katie. That situation happened to our kids last year. Maximus waited for hubby and to leave for Florida before our cruise, and then he stopped eating. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. I'm in a fix because if when I leave in February, I don't know how if this happens again while I'm gone. I don't know whether Hanifa can handle that stress of having to deal with it, because it was scary when I walked out into the foyer and found blood all over the floor. I mean, it's not exaggeration. It was like somebody had let an animal out. I've never seen that before. Not in any dog I've ever had.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, it's very disturbing. I went online to look up the symptoms, and it lists 3 things: an infection in the colon, upper colon or something, a blockage in the lower intestine, and a twisting in the lower intestine.
Now, is it possible that he ate something?
No.
Okay.
I monitor everything they eat, especially him.
Yeah, I didn't know if they go out for walks and if they're ever alone or if they could have.
No. When I take them out, they're on leashes and I monitor everything. Because I don't allow them to eat food that people throw on the ground.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's a habit that, you know, all all owners should teach their dogs not to do. Back off the protein a little bit, Frank says. Do you give your dogs bone? Yeah, I give them bones, but that raw bones, Robin, are not dangerous. It's cooked bones that are dangerous. Right now, eating raw meat is better for him than kibble because kibble, every time he eats kibble, it's terrible what happens. He is totally allergic to something in the kibble. Even high quality dog food. Kelly says Max always wanted to eat pine cones, dumb dog. Yeah, there's something about pine cones, but we don't have those here. Look up schema. What is schema? But I'll write that down so I can look at it. Did anyone post what they were working on? I think too busy talking about the dog and I got sidetracked. I'm gonna back scroll, you guys.
I swear by eggs and a dog. When I did have a dog a long time ago, I gave him an egg every weekend.
I give an egg every day. The Dotson, I don't even bother to crack the egg. She does it herself. Coda won't eat the shell for some reason. He'll eat the inside of the egg, but he won't eat the shell. Her, on the other, she'll eat all of the shell. He don't care. Blood disorder and geometry effort. Okay, I'll look into that, Myra. Thank you for that piece of information. Plain yogurt. Yeah, I was thinking about the yogurt because that has probiotics in it, and that might settle it. You know what? I'll go get some Greek yogurt and try that with him because he probably will eat it if I put it with his beef. Sometimes dogs have allergies to things. Yes, they do, Frank. And this one has a big time one to anything that relates to kibble. That's why I had to take him off the kibble because it was insane what was going on. When we first got him, he, most dogs. I'm trying to think if I ever had any German Shepherd that acted like a pig when it came to eating, and I don't think that none of them did. But they also didn't turn down any kind of food. Him, he would leave his kibble for 2 or 3 days and not eat. And I often wondered if it wasn't something in the kibble that was upsetting his stomach. And so we ordered a dog food called Oliver's, and I ordered the fish one. And for a little while, he ate better, but then he stopped eating it again. So it's something to do with the process, I think, of the food itself. So putting something in kibble that dogs probably shouldn't be getting could have terminal abscess. Either way, if it's one of those things, Myra, I can't do anything to help him. And we can't seem to get a vet to come from new to see everybody's dogs here. So we're kind of stuck. Fallon says, I am working and listening. I finished quilting a quilt and need to figure out a binding, but probably won't bind today. I need to pack some orders. I sure wish she was coming to QuiltCon, Fallon.
I can't believe how fast it's coming up.
Oh no, it's like cracking. And I'm trying not to think about it because it gets me all tied up in,
I do not like stitch and flip at all.
me neither. Maybe that's why I don't like seeing flying geese.
I use the Eleanor Burns method of flying geese. That way they're oversized and I can trim them down.
Okay. You know, it's weird. I don't like doing flying geese, but I don't mind how short triangles.
You said you what?
I don't mind doing triangles, but I can't stand doing flying geese. Myra, what are you working on? Oops, to you back, Myra. Hi, Pastry Queen. Hey, Myra, we're going to go down to Orlando around the 16th or 17th of March, and probably going to either swing by you first before we go to Kissimmee, or after we leave Kissimmee. I don't know. You're going to be home around those days before the 16th and after the 16th to the 18th, right? Oh, good, Myra. That's great. You know, I keep hearing the feedback. Hey, Myra.
What is cheater binding?
Oh, sorry.
Is that when you fold over the top, the backing to the top?
Who's talking about that?
That was Kelly's Quilting Cruises.
Pastry says it's a snow day for me, no school. Okay, Myra. Do you know what's in Kissimmee? We're going to go to a Lego show. Nikolai's going to be in his element. It's weird how they do their convention down there. They have 2 sessions, one from like 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then the other one's 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock or either 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They have 2 sessions each day, and you have to pay for each session instead of 1 ticket for the whole day.
Oh, I thought I just paid for a whole day.
Nope, it says 1 session. So if you want to come back for the other session, you have to pay for that one too.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that. I just paid for 4 days.
I think it's really weird for a Lego convention to do it like that. You think they're not going to have a lot of people? I have no idea how big of a show it is. Myra says I like folding over from back. Hey, Sissy, can you send me your phone number in my messenger when you have a chance? What's in Daytona on? Oh, I'll be up in Raleigh, Frank. I'll be up in North Carolina from the 19th to the 25th. So how's everybody's weather this past few days? Tell me what your temperatures are today. I can tell you that we got snow last night, and I think it's still snowing. Girlfriend, you're gonna get choked. Stop doing that.
We just had like a ton of rain, like a ton of rain.
Did you?
Yeah, we had so much rain, like they canceled school because we'll have like flooding in the low-lying areas and in the like where the lakes and stuff are.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just had a ton of rain, but today is nice. We're supposed to get, I think we got it into the 50s today, but I think we're gonna be in the 70s for the rest of the week.
Frank, I didn't know about the AQS until Ian said something about it, and I've already scheduled myself to be in Raleigh the whole time. Myra says it's 75 degrees where she's at. She's just north of Tampa.
She must be in Florida or Cali.
She's in Florida. She's a little north of Tampa. But up north in North Florida, my daughter said it's been pretty cold. A balmy 52 degrees in Seattle. Let me see what my temperature is here right now.
I think that's kind of where we landed today.
Huh, you want to hear what mine is? Mine is 17 degrees Fahrenheit today.
We're at 53 degrees and raining. That's where we're at.
You know how I was talking last week about all this 40-degree weather we've been having? Siberia arrived 3 days ago.
See, 40 is cold here. Like, I'm in North Carolina, 40 degrees is cold.
Yeah. Joyce says it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit in North Carolina, drizzly day. Kathy says it's 40 degrees Fahrenheit in Central Illinois. Cloudy and rainy. Oh, wait. Yeah, cloudy and rainy. Frank says it's chilly. Myra says, wow. Robin says, I leave at 5:15 to go to Tampa. What you gonna do in Tampa, Robin? Or is that too personal to ask? Dogs have ants in their pants. It's cold outside, dude. It's snowing. And I'm not cooling down. Come on. Flats. Flats. Good boy. Nora. That. Or did you hear that? She says 33 degrees Fahrenheit in New York. Still pretty cold up there in the northeast or the northern part of the U.S. Go, 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 go. Okay. I don't know, Joy. I haven't talked to my husband since Thursday of last week. And that's not normal. So I don't know what's going on. It could be they're in a dead zone where they're fishing. If I don't hear from him, say by the weekend, then I'll probably call the office or something. Find out what the heck's going on. Your hair looks so pretty, Katie. Thank you, Samantha. It's really long, see?
I just cut a square I wasn't supposed to cut.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Can you fix
I mean,
it?
I've got plenty of fabric, so like I'm not short.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it sucks though.
Yeah, I can't wait to get to Florida so somebody can braid my hair. Hey, I did a piece of furniture for my craft and sew stuff. Looks great. Did I send you a picture? I saw the one cabinet. Did you do something else to it? She turned her dining. She has a what I guess what you call a formal dining room. You know how some houses have those. She turned her formal dining room into a sewing room, but
Nice.
she could still serve. You know, if they have a family gathering, she's got it so that she can, you know, turn it back into the dining room without having to move her stuff out of the room.
Nice. Nice. I turned our dining room into a sewing room too, but it you definitely couldn't do anything else in there. I definitely took up the entire space. All of it. But I had to give that to a kid now, so I'm downstairs in the garage.
Oh, okay. Is it cold in your garage?
No, I have an HVAC system like separate from the rest of the houses down here.
Uh-huh.
So I have heat and air conditioning.
Can you guys see what I'm doing okay? I saw the stairs in that when you were trying to get that other camera to work, but I wasn't sure what the stairs were for or to.
Yeah, it's just like 3 or 4 little stairs that go to the main part of the house from the garage.
Oh, okay, Mara. Hey, whatever works. I'm working in the living room. It's so tight in here. Nora, where's your ball? Go get your ball. Go get your ball. Go find your ball. Go get your ball. Go get your ball. Oh, she already did. No, that's something else. Come here, you little demon. She's found a glove to pick a fight with.
Since we
Sometimes,
last talked, I think my mom and my aunt have both gotten a dog.
oh yeah, these
Yeah.
dogs are hilarious. Or
So
she is.
it started with my sister, and then now then my mom got one, and then my aunt. So like everybody's got a dog now.
I can't imagine living without a dog. I've had them all of my life. And it would be pretty lonely if I didn't have one while before I was 16. He didn't become a dog person until I moved here. Well, he couldn't exactly have an animal considering he's gone all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you guys see the box up at the top of the chat screen where it says, what questions do you have for Chaunda? How many of you have filled that out? Because I'm going to look at it soon and see if anyone's asked any questions so that we can ask Chaunda.
I can tell you right now, I'm only going to make one of these blocks.
Already frustrated?
I'm not frustrated. It's just not what I want to do today. It's just a little bit more detailed and fussy than what I feel like doing today.
Then you stop and get something that's not so fussy.
So I'm going to finish the block that I started, definitely. But then I think I'll move on to something else.
I know how that is. Sometimes I find myself doing that. I'm like, wait, I really don't want to do this. Let's do something else. I'm just happy that I'm trudging along with my village green. We might just have one UFO finished by the end of January here with that one. I think
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think that it's going to take all day once I start piecing it together. Or maybe I'll use it for a late night. On one
Is this your puzzle mystery quilt, or is this something different?
No, this is my Village Green puzzle mystery. I didn't get it finished because of the disaster in my sewing room. And
Right.
I couldn't drag myself in there. I've been in and out there the last 2 or 3 days looking for other things that I needed. So at least I'm not totally avoiding it now. I was trying to find my painter's tape, and I have no idea where I put my painter's tape. Yeah, thank you, Robin. That's right. Don't forget to put a thumbs up, you guys. Six degrees Celsius, 42 degrees. Yep, that's pretty warm. But we were having last week. So, y'all, I have something funny to tell you guys while I'm doing this. I posted a short. I don't know how many of you actually saw it. And it said, "Spring has come in January," and that was the title. That little 1-minute video blew up 2,600 views within an hour.
That's huge.
And there's nothing in the video other than me talking about it's 1 minute long, talking about the temperature and how there's no snow on the ground, and yeah, just updating you guys. And it blew up in just a matter of hours. I thought that was pretty funny. Myra says, baby steps. The hardest part of a 1,000,000-mile march is the first step, John. That's what Robin says. Could you imagine walking 1,000,000 miles?
Oh my goodness.
What?
I cannot do this right now.
Yeah, you need to do something else then, sounds like.
I'm finishing this block. I'm gonna get this done. This block is getting done, okay? It's mind over matter at this point.
But I'm gonna win. You're not gonna whip me. Not today.
Exactly.
Have a good night, Kelly. Thank you for coming. Oh, Myra, underneath the well, I don't know. Are you on your phone or are you on a computer? You guys, I don't know if I told you, but Kelly and I, yeah. I'll tell y'all later. Okay. Now let's get these other ones open. One thing I like about these boutiques, so easy to get them to lay down good. All I have to do is go stick a hot iron on them real fast after I've finger pressed and run the roller over them. I got a little close to that point though. Chaunda, don't let it whoop you. That's what Samantha said.
Oh gosh. I knew it was going to be something like, as soon as I started, I was like, I don't know.
The like button should be right there underneath the video, Myra. She's on her phone. I can't look at my phone because I'm using it for a camera. Anyone that's on your phone watching this, can you are you on a regular Android phone, Myra, or a Apple phone? or whatever they call it, iPad, I something. What's under the screen? Oh, because it's live, you can't see it. She's on an Android. Oh, okay. I didn't know where it's at because I don't watch videos with my phone. Too small. And you can't hardly, I don't know how you're texting on such a tiny screen. Did you start any new projects this month, Chaunda?
Yes.
What did you start?
I started 4 of them.
I know, but what did you start?
I know. I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it. So I've got
okay.
So one of the creators that I follow started. She dropped a new pattern at the end. I think she dropped it in at the end of November for a sew along that she was going to do effective January 27th called Upscale Plaid. I'm a plaid person. I love plaid. So I'm going to do the quilt in 2 different colorways. So this is the quilt.
Oh, that's pretty.
And my color palettes. Get to the sheets with the colors. This is one of my color palettes, which is like a blue and gray. And then the other one is like a bright Christmas.
Oh, so you're doing 2 of them.
Yep.
Oh,
and then I'm doing a leader ender project while I make it. So. And I'm also working on crocheting my first sweater.
I want to make a cardigan, but
that's what I'm making. I'm making a cardigan. So I've gotten the main part of the sweater done. So now I have to make the sleeves, the neckline, and the pockets, and then block it, and of course seam it all together. So I'm about 40% of the way done.
Oh, good.
And I'm really shocked because the last thing I crocheted took me 7 years. So,
you and me are 2 peas in a pod when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah, so I didn't know how it was gonna go, but it's been pretty good. It's only been 20 days, and I'm 40% done, so I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good. I'm over here pressing the watch, guys.
Just need one more. Is it a 2-inch square? A 2-inch square.
Oh, this is gonna be a nice set of blocks. So really hot.
My iron is dangerously close to my camera cord. I have to be very careful.
Oh, yeah. That would be a bad thing. Uh,
I was trying to set up 2 cameras, guys, but I couldn't get the technology to work, so here I am.
I'm surprised I'm getting away with what I'm getting away with right now. I mean, normally I'm always on the kitchen. Well, 3 times. I think I'm finally getting it figured out. Now we'll see what happens when I come back home with some cameras and try to set it all up. Have a good, enjoy your dinner, Myra. It was good to see you.
Bye, Myra.
Me and
Thank
her
you.
have
I love the bright Christmas too. I'm such a copycat. I'm a copycat because I don't fabric is expensive and the time that it takes to make a quilt, you know, it's very time consuming. So it's really important to me that I'm gonna like the way it comes out. So that's why I kind of use either like a fabric line that goes together, or I'll just like copy someone's color scheme, which is basically what I did. But I made some modifications for the Christmas one. I subbed some brighter colors than what the pattern designer used so that I would get a I didn't know if I was gonna like it, but then once I saw it, I kind of knew. I can always tell from the scraps. These are like when I look at my scraps and I look at how the colors play, and if I like how the scraps look, then I know that if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Because sometimes when you sew, you can even sew some scraps together to see what you're gonna have, and you'll know whether something's like, it's good or it's not. Mm, So now I'm going to put these together like that. See you later, Robin. I hope you can come back, but if not,
Bye, Robin.
Tasty, who are you asking the time? Whose time are you asking about? Mine or Chaunda's? It is 9 p.m. my time right now. So I'm 3 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So we've been sewing for 2 hours? Have we really?
No, it's been an hour.
You say that. Frank says I bought a laptop. Laugh out loud. Now I have to learn to type. Oh, you'll get it. I keep hearing a tiny bit of feedback in my on my side when I say something, which is kind of weird. Maybe it's because I have that other browser open. Nora, then why is my laptop saying 9 o'clock?
Said your laptop is doing what?
My laptop says it's 9 o'clock. That's
No.
I know it's not supposed to, but I'm just saying that's what this is. I'm on the other
Maybe,
laptop.
maybe you
not
have
on my
it at
phone.
the wrong time zone.
Probably. I'll have to look at it later. I don't have time for this right now. As long as I didn't think we'd been 2 hours sewing. Hey, Janice, how are you? Thank you for clarifying that for me, Diane, because, yeah. Andrea says, hey, sorry I'm late. You're not late. I broke my glasses and have a difficulty today, but I'm here. It's all good. No worries. Y'all are going to have me 2 nights in a row sewing. Only tomorrow, I'm going to be starting on my Stronger Together because my guest is the designer of one of the blocks I'm going to be working on. And it's so cool that I get to sew with someone who designed a pattern.
That's awesome.
I had asked her how she got chosen to be one of the designers for the Stronger Together pattern. She had gotten someone from Qaqortoq reached out to her because they had been looking. I guess they've been keeping up with some of her stuff that she'd been doing over on Instagram. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think that's pretty cool too.
How you doing, Andrea? What you been doing, Janice, and what are you working on right now? I'll be sewing with Janice soon too. My dog is so nosy. She got checking out every little cubby I got over here. She says, other than not being able to see, I am good. Yeah, I understand about the glasses stuff and breaking them and not being able to see. What are you ladies working on, Janice? I'm working on Clue 8. I'm almost finished with it, of my village green. So this is one of the UFOs that's on my list of things to finish. And so that's what I'm working on. Chaunda, you can tell her what you're working.
I am working on one of the sew sampler blocks. I'm working on block 5 from the pressed flowers quilt along. And this block is beating me up.
Dennis says, I just got home, dinner, and maybe then sew a quilt.
We're an hour in and I'm already seam ripping.
It's okay. I'm hoping I don't have to. Remember last time? No, you weren't. I don't know if you watched the video last time. The last time I was working on this one, on the last sew, which was last week sometime, I had to get Jack Ripper out and rip 4 sewn together triangles because I sewed them in the wrong direction.
Can't stand it.
Which is something that's usually happens when it comes to me and triangles. Frank says, stay strong. Jenna says, I love the pressed flower block. Katie, what time will you be on tomorrow? I will be on tomorrow. The live will start at 4 p.m. my time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, Vickety will only be sewing with me an hour, so I'll probably stay sewing for a couple hours after that. So whenever you can get on will be great. And when you get here, when you do come, I will break out them half square triangle papers and show you how to use it.
Okay.
I have a bunch of unboxings to do. All my mail came almost at once. In Copenhagen for weeks. Oh.
I will say, like in the States, I know I get really spoiled with how quickly my mail gets to me.
The interesting thing is, 2 of the boxes and 1 package from that Photoshop, and it only took it like 2 weeks to get here. But my Missouri Star, oh my God.
Well, Missouri Star, I think, don't they ship FedEx?
Yes, and FedEx sucks. You know what?
Yeah, and I think Fat Quarter Shops does UPS or USPS.
Yeah, they do. United States Postal Service. I have to say, I am not impressed with FedEx at all.
Yeah, I always cringe when I see FedEx is the one delivering my package. I'm like, Lord.
The thing is I love buying from Missouri Star because they always have great sales. Look, when you can get one of these, which just happened, these are from, look in the camera.
Yeah, see your Fat Quarter bundle. I'm looking, you just can't see me.
Okay, this is a batik. These are batik, actually. This is Honeybee Batiks by Island Batik. So this wasn't from this past fall, but the fall before. When they had it, they were doing a 40% or 50%. It was 30%, 40%, and then at some point it was 50%. So I like snatching up Fat Quarter bundles when that happened. And so back in November, they had that same sale with different boutiques and stuff. And I bought, I don't know, I think I bought 4. And I'm just now getting them. And I'm still missing 1 box. So this is January, and I paid for a lot of this back in November.
That's a long time to wait.
Yep. I figured I might get it like, I don't know, a week after Christmas or something, but we're almost to the end of January. And then I contacted Missouri Star because I was worried that, I couldn't find any of them. And then I decided to call the company that FedEx turns their packages over to is called Blue Water here. So I called Blue Water. Well, she located 2 of them and told me where they were at. So within about 4 days, I finally got them. And but the 3rd one she said was still in Copenhagen. That was 2 weeks ago.
Jeez.
So where is it?
I get miffed when my stuff is delayed by 2 days. I can't imagine weeks.
Yeah, I've learned how to be patient, but sometimes even then my patience runs short.
So this is the block component that was killing me, by the way. Little birds in the air block. I kept cutting it wrong.
Are you angle challenged like me?
No, it wasn't even the angle. I was just doing the wrong piece. I was cutting the wrong pieces and sewing the wrong pieces together.
Which part did you want us to repeat, Joy? Or who did you want to repeat, whatever you're talking about? We are having all kinds of mail delays right now. Some are weather delays, some are post office staff shortages. They call in other postal workers to help at the sorting stations in Houston area.
Yeah, I know there have been a lot of delays because of weather. Those I understand. Like I get that. I know there's been just like a lot of snow and a lot of rain, and there's just been a lot of like just ugly weather going on.
Joy says, I get Qaqortoq's fabric order today, UPS or United Postal Service. MSQ order pending tomorrow with FedEx. I think they need to change who they're using for their mailing service. But I'm always reluctant to complain about it because then what happens if they use different company that charges out the behind?
Yeah, I mean, considering what they charge for shipping at, and then you get free shipping over $50, like, I don't know. You kind of gotta, I don't know. I cut them some slack for that, I guess.
Yeah. So that's why I'm reluctant to do too much complaining. Because I can tell you that during the pandemic, uh, when Christmas was right before the pandemic started, that Christmas before, and they were running all kinds of sales and stuff, and I had saved up all of my money for the whole year, and I used all that money in November and December. So I had so many orders, and also I had subscriptions out there also. And when they shut everything down, all of my stuff disappeared, all of it.
Mm.
And I can tell you that where it stopped being tracked was in Chicago at the airport. So somebody in Chicago must have been doing something bad. Because it was at the international airport where all that stuff was disappearing. It never even made it to Denmark.
Wow.
And some stuff they had to refund money because they when they were running the sale, they sold it all out. And like I bought an expensive ruler and they replaced that one twice. Made it, so I can't really complain too much about other things. They all stepped up to the plate and did something about it. I just think
the couple times I've had to call them, they resolved my issue like really quickly without problem.
It's just sad that they can't locate things that disappear because it means somebody can hide it.
Yeah, it's like once it leaves their warehouse, they really don't have any control after that.
No, but thankfully they make it right because it's not fair for the consumer either. And I'm pretty sure they pay insurance on those packages. I have gotten really close on this point.
Okay, so there's one.
It's almost kissing. Hey, please repeat what time you will be on tomorrow. You will be. Oh, yeah. I will be going live at 4 o'clock Greenland time, which is 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, Vickety of Suspicious is going to be on for the first hour. So, when she leaves, and if you come, then we'll start on it. I will wait for you to show up. I won't start it until I know you're here. Hopefully she got that this time. You should see how close these points are, Chaunda.
I should see what?
You should see how close these points are. They're like sticking almost in the. Probably when I press it, it will not look like it's being scary.
You mean the points on your block are lining up well?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but the thing is the points are like kissing the seam almost. It's
Oh,
like
so
one thread, and it would have been in the seam. Talk about close. I don't think it warrants tearing it out because it's not in the seam. Pressing it.
Absolutely not.
Do I need to repeat again? Joy? Let me know if you heard what I said, Joy T. Maybe I should cut that in.
Okay. Those components are done. Let's put this together.
What do you call it when you're going to show somebody how to do something? Okay. I will make sure I won't start until you're there, Joy. I promise you that. So you won't miss anything. Because I can work on other things. I like the fabric you're using.
Thank you. I'm not so sure about it on some of them. I made some changes. Some of my prints were too large scale, and then it just, when I put the block together, it just didn't look right.
That pink and purple is getting along though.
Yeah, this is going pretty decent. So this is like part of the block.
Oh, okay.
And then once this goes together, then I got to build the rest of the block and put that on here. So I'm hoping to be done by 6 o'clock, which would be our 2-hour mark. That would be great.
Oh, you want to stay? Okay.
And I can take, the rest of the time and do something else.
Yeah. I really appreciate you coming and sewing with me.
No, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
It took so long for us to get together.
I'm always just like by myself in here, so.
Yeah.
And I can get really distracted when I'm in here by myself. I can get really distracted.
Yeah, I hear you. Here, let me show you this. Check this out. I want you to look how close this point got. You see that?
Wow. Yeah,
When I told you it was kissing it, it is.
it is. Press it open. It should be okay if you press it
I
open.
pressed it open. Yep. The point's not in the seam, but it if it had been one more thread, it would have been. One thing about these boutiques, though, when you do that, sometimes they will just sit right on the edge and not sink into the seam, and then I don't have the bad choice of having to rip it out, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't always happen, but most of them, I'm pretty good with these square and square things, which is funny because I hate flying geese, but I don't mind the square and square.
My pieces, I've just come to accept the fact that my pieces just don't fit correctly. That it is what it is. I fudge them and make it work.
Sometimes it happens. That's right. Mine's not always perfect either. Well, I don't think anything I do is perfect. Because I'm not trying to strive for perfection. Because I will fail if I try doing that.
You're not the only one.
So it's easier for me to just not set myself up for that. You know, when you're a gardener, go ahead.
When you're a what?
When you're a gardener, you can, and I'm really good at it, but I can tell you that I have killed things. My daughter kept asking me, she said, how do you know when you look at a plant something's wrong with it? I said, it's called uh if you you know, you have to at least kill something at least once and pay attention to what led up to it, what it looked like when it died, or when it began to start going downhill.
Mm-hmm.
Things certain things happen, like when you overwater a plant, it takes on a certain color to the plant itself, because basically it's suffocating. And
I would know. I kill everything. I kill every plant. Like most plants I kill. I just can't.
but if you
I do not have a green thumb. I have a plant now that died and it's kind of come back to life and I'm working with it.
what kind of plant is it?
I forgot. I know it's in my phone, but I don't remember what the name of it was. I think it was like elephant ears is the common name.
Those grow way up there?
Hmm?
Those will grow up there where you're at?
I mean, in my house.
Oh, you have them in your house. Do you know that they get huge in Florida?
I think that's the name of the plant. I know I've got it in here.
All right, look, guys, I have gotten all 4 of them done. So now this is clue 8. Norbert. She's doing something in the kitchen. Andrea, I'm working on clue 8 of my village green UFO. So I just now finished clue 8. So now it'll be moving on to clue 9. And then I will be ready to start putting this together. I could have already started putting it together probably, but I wanted to finish these clues instead of having unfinished clues, you know, and putting them together as I went along.
It's called a peperomia.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
I feel up in here. Okay, one more time I'm showing you before I put it away.
Nice.
So the dog wants to get on the sofa, but she can't get on the sofa because I have all my stuff from the sewing room sitting on the sofa. I'm sorry, but you cannot get on the sofa because I have my stuff on the sofa, little one. You have to stay on the floor. When did you become a sofa hog? She can't jump on it because when we moved everything around in the living room, the sofa has like this long section on it where you can actually stretch out on it if you want to. And because we didn't hook that part back up when we moved it, we just put the long cushion on top of the other long cushion on the sofa. So it jacked it up to be a little bit taller, and she can't jump on it.
Okay.
So it's like, Mom, put me up here. Like, no. Nope, 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 no, I'm not gonna put you up here. It's just no, ma'am. Stay on the floor. Here is my. Oh. Oh, I thought from around his place. I found. I thought, what in the world? Thank you, everybody. Now we're gonna move on to blue nut. So this is number 9. And this is what it looks like on the back. You can how the clues come when you get them by the month.
Oh, great.
You would have grown again.
I'm out of bobbin.
Oh, speaking of bobbin, I am about to run out, and I bet I haven't bothered to wind anymore because I've been sidetracked with that.
Or maybe the bobbin just didn't catch? Like, what's that? Take a scrap.
Oh, I actually have one bobbin left. Joy, this is Cotton Cuts PMQ. So they come pre-cut. All those triangles and stuff are pre-cut at their stop. So that clue you saw me sew together is clue 8. Now I'm going to do clue number 9. I'll show you what the pieces look like in just a second. I need to get bobbin out of here because I know I'm going to need it soon. Playing chicken with the sewing machine. Let me see if I can get this where I can show you what it looks like. So when you first get it out of the package, it looks like this. That's how it looks. So it's all pre-cut. So
Yeah.
when you get ready to pull it apart, these are the pieces, how the pieces look.
It makes it really neat because you can just kind of sit and sew. You don't have to do any cutting, measuring, or anything like that.
Exactly.
No squaring up. You don't even have to trim dog ears.
Nope. No donkey ears, no nothing. Just so. Like that. And then you have bigger triangles. I have a feeling these are going to be more flying V's. And then depending on the style of the block they're having you make, you'll even have pre-cuts of rectangles.
I got the border add-on for one of mine, and even the border is pre-cut. So like everything, you literally just place and sew. That's it. It's so easy.
Yep. And they on the borders, they're generous about the length of them. That way you can, if you run into a problem where your blocks are a little bigger than normal or something, depending on how you sewed it, because we all are different in how we sew. The biggest thing about this program is you need to, when you start sewing them, all of it, when you're doing it month to month, you use the same machine you're using. Try to anyway, because when you switch from one to another, it could cause problems because all machines are not made to be the same. And the other thing is just staying consistent with what you're sewing. As long as you do that, even when you think it might not work out, it will work out in the end. It always does. And this is what the instruction sheet looks like. So that's what the final clue for 9 will look like. And then this portion down here on the bottom tells you how many of each thing you're supposed to have in your kit. And there's a thing here that tells you how to contact them should you come up short. And then on the back is the directions step by step on what to do. And all you do is follow the steps. And when it tells you to like on this one, yeah, it's the same as section 8 I just finished. So where my finger is right here, that you mark that as 9, mark off looks like we're making 4 of them, I think. Or is it just 2? No, we're making 4 of these. We're making 4 of those, okay? So you mark them as number 9 by putting a tag on them, with paper or a sticky note or something. And every clue, you have to label them because, you think, well, why do I need to label them when I'm keeping them together? Because when you start clue in, which is the putting together of the quilt top, the labels help you place them where they're supposed to. Without the labels, you can easily get confused. Very easily get something turned the wrong way or put in the wrong spot, and then you're like, uh-oh, what did I do?
Because it really is like a puzzle.
Yep.
I enjoyed my PMQ. I did.
Janice says she's looking forward to getting the Tree of Life blocks. Joyce says it does make life easier. Yes, it does. Janice says nice. And Joyce says, me too, Janice. First PMQ for me. And first time for Janice. I'm excited for you guys because that means when you finish yours, I get to get pictures and I get to write a blog about you guys doing your first time PMQ because I keep up with all that stuff. I love it when everybody's like the last, I don't know if you've noticed this or not, Chaunda, but for the last year or so, people have been great about sharing the pictures of what they're working on, their blocks, all of it.
Yeah, I haven't like when I did mine like the year that I actually put everything together. I didn't do any of the like online component of it at all. I just kind of, when I was home and I had time and I didn't want to do anything involved, I just pull out a block. I just pull a month out. So I didn't really notice what people were sharing. But that's nice. That's good that they're doing that.
Because it's engagement and you know, you make friends and you get to know the newer people who are just starting out. That way, you know, they're not afraid to come into the chat of the group or come to a Zoom and ask questions because we all have been doing this for, some of us have been doing it for a long time, and you know, we are all happy to help, and them engaging and posting their pictures is a good thing because that makes you feel good when you finish a clue and then you post a picture, and then I don't know how many other people comment on pictures, but I comment on everybody when they post it because I think that anyone who takes the time to sew them and then put them on the group, you know, you should comment because, you know, some people are not usually that type of a engaging person online and they're taking time to do that. So they deserve, you know, people making comments. Will you be doing a box opening and preparation? Yes, when my kit gets here, I will be doing that. It's not here yet. So here's what's going to happen with me. I bought the whole kit for one of them. The other one is going to be like what I'm doing with my carnival. So I bought the full kit of carnival bomb pop, but my hot air balloon comes by the month. So it'll be the same thing with Tree of Life. I'll be doing, I'll get the whole kit of Secret Garden, but I will get month to month on the Hope because that's the other one I'm doing. Which ones did you choose, Janice? Which colorway? And Joy T, what colorway? Anyone else in the channel doing a PMQ? If you are, which colorway are you doing? So the next thing I do is look, I'll try to, hopefully you can see what I did. I lay my PMQ pieces out on the design board, and then I label them with some alphabet. That way that helps me not get something wrong. She finally decided to lay down in front of my chair so I have to reach over the top of her to touch my pedal on my machine. Donnell says she's doing Purple Mist small. Janice says she's doing Autumn Shades small. Janice said she also ordered the whole kit.
I don't know what that is.
Yep. I'll be here for you guys if you get stuck or you're having trouble. The biggest advice that I can give you is when you're, I don't know how much you've been paying attention to how I sew mine together, but I don't put anything on the block itself. I don't starch it. Don't do that.
Yeah, do not.
You will ruin the pieces.
Dry hot iron only.
Yes, hot iron. Now you can you have the directions on here tell you which way to press, but I press all of my seams open because there's so many points in some of these quilt tops. I just prefer doing the open seam, and that's okay. The biggest thing, you just stay consistent. Whatever your 1/4 inch seam is, that's what you use. Don't change it. Serenity Batik Joy T says, yep, that's the only batik one. And the only reason I didn't choose the because normally I do a batik. I didn't choose a batik this time because it was the same, the colors were too close to the same ones that I've already been doing. And Joy says small. All right, let's start this now. So now I'm going to put together 4 Fs, which are these. And I'm going to attach A's to those. So let's see. It says join a small B triangle to the top left of the word. So this will be B. Okay. So we're going to make 4 of these, which requires 8 of these. Also, every 3rd Thursday, put this in your calendar for the new PM2 people. Every 3rd Thursday, Cotton Cuts hosts a Zoom show. Now, it's, I think it's perfect. Which is now 9 o'clock. I'll have to go look and see the exact time. But every 3rd Thursday they have a Zoom, and you are welcome to come join. And they will post the information also in the Cotton Cut Fabric group. And I can keep y'all up to date on that. I'll post them in my Greenland Quilter, and I'll also, well, I can't post the link on, I can post the link inside my Greenland Quilter. I think I better talk. I guess I should ask him about doing that because it's for PM2 people only. It's one of the perks of being a detective. But I can post the information of where to find it and everything. And I'll get with Tim and find out whether I can show it in the group or not. Hey, Donnell. The other thing is when you're working with these triangles, all of the stretchy sides, be careful with those. Don't, when you're putting them through your foot, don't pull on them. Let the machine guide it through. Would you agree with that, Chaunda?
Absolutely. Because they're all die cut. And because they're die cut, you don't know if it's cut on the bias or not. So yeah, that's another reason why you shouldn't use any steam or water, because it's just too much potential for stretch or shrinkage.
Once you get all of it put together in one piece, you can probably then use steam if you want. But
yeah, once I got the whole block, so I did it on a per block basis. I was successful with that. When I got the whole, like, so like when I was doing the individual puzzle pieces, I did not do anything. But when I started to put the pieces, the puzzle pieces together into the quilt, then I would at certain sections give it a quick mist and iron.
I think I think the longer I do these, the better I get at them. And Diane is suggesting that you get, if you have a regular machine, like a small machine, single hole throat plate and use headers or these leaders and enders. And in case anyone doesn't know what a leader is, I don't know if you've been noticing, I've been putting this blue piece of fabric at the beginning before I sew the next thing I'm sewing. That's a leader. And then you can cut the leader off when you've done, after you've done your chain stitching. You can add the leader back to the other end. Gotta go. Have a great night. See you later, Frank. Thank you. Hi, Candace. Welcome, welcome. Okay, let's get these done first. This is what I was talking about. This is the leader. It's just a scrap piece of fabric.
I'll be doing an entire project like that. So like, instead of using a scrap, sometimes you can, if you want to be ambitious.
Great idea.
Another quilt together as your leader and ender.
Do that because I do have some square triangles need sewing together, and they're supposed to be leaders. And then I'll already have them sewn for later projects. What do you think about that? I'm gonna fit that in. So normally, you would sew both sides of this on, but I like to chain piece. So I'm going to go to the next one and the next one, and because right now you're making 3 sets of flying geese. And since I'm doing that already, I'm just going to go ahead and start that process where I'm getting them all done at once. Then I'll come back and add the other side. You just have to be careful and don't get yourself confused when you're doing that. So the next flying geese is going to be with A. And then I'll be attaching B to this one. Uh-oh. I did a boo-boo. Yep, I did a boo-boo. Spoke too soon about not using Jack the Ripper. But I will come back to them and fix it. I put the wrong triangles on this one. A and B. So this is A. This is A. This is B. You know, a while ago we were talking about sewing machine noise during a live, and that some of y'all said that you liked hearing the sewing machine, that it was soothing while you're sewing. I know you can't hear mine. Does that make it harder for you to want to sew because I'm not letting the noise come through?
I never thought about that it might be helpful to hear the noise from the sewing machine.
I just can't stand the sound of a juki. The TL, whatever it's called.
My machine, my TL10, my TL2000.
It's whatever Kimberly Jolly uses. That thing is so noisy. I don't know why she does. I'm surprised she can hear.
Yeah, she's got the TL10 2010. It's probably not as loud as it seems. It's probably seems louder to us. Probably something that the mic is picking up.
Yeah, it's like this high pitched noise I hear. I would have to wear earplugs if I was hearing it all the time. To tell you that my little finger, I didn't realize my little finger talent was loud until I bought this panini. And when I got this panini and sat down finally to sew with it, I'm like, it's so much quieter. So now the next set is B, big triangle. And I'm going to be sewing on C. That's this one. I want to buy another Janome, but I don't know if I can convince my husband to let me or not. Well, I mean, I could. Probably, he would probably say yes, but I don't know if I can justify the cost of it or not.
That's the thing. I want to replace my Janome, but I don't know.
Well, I only have this Janome, so if this thing and this hasn't been serviced since I bought it, so it's going on the 3rd year or almost 4th year of sewing with it, and I haven't had it serviced. So, I mean, how long can I go without servicing it?
I don't know. I definitely had my Janome serviced.
I really love this machine. And I'm only using like 30% of what it's capable of doing.
And that's the thing. Like, I didn't use half of what my Janome was capable of, but what I loved about it was the enormous throat that it had.
Yep. That's the one you dropped, right?
Yes.
Have you been able to get it fixed or no?
I haven't taken it anywhere because honestly, I just feel like it's going to. I just don't like. There's just no way they're not going to be able to fix my machine for $500. Like, I just don't feel like that's realistic.
They're still not cheap right now for did you see they came out with the M8?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, it's got an even longer neck. It's got a long neck like the M7, of course. But geez, the price tag.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I mean, I know I paid $2,000 for my machine when I bought it,
Yeah, that
and
sounds
I can
about
still
right.
probably get it for around that price. So
Yep,
it's
I paid
like
1,800 for mine.
when I was at retreat, someone told me that sometimes at QuiltCon at the end they sell the used machines and you can get a good deal. So I figure since I have 3 machines other than the broken one, I can wait and see what's out there.
Katie, what all comes with the first month of the PMQ? Okay, if you're not getting a full kit, you're going to get the clue plus a gift. And if you ordered an oops kit, you'll get that on the first month. And if you ordered borders plus extra borders. That will probably come also, I think. I think they started shipping that with the first order. They used to hold them back until, what was it, the fifth month or something for the borders. But I've never bought borders because I think 72 inches is big enough. Uh-oh. Guess what? I knew as soon as that sounded weird what had happened. Ran out of bobbin. So this is what
I thought I had run out of bobbin, but it just didn't catch.
So this is what it looks like when I change stitch these. All right. That means I have to change the bobbin. And then that means tomorrow I need to be. Oh, let me think I better have a look and see how much dust is down inside this thing. It's okay. I just cleaned it the other day. It's not moving. Okay, we'll put you up here because that means I have to wind bobbins tomorrow.
Oh.
Y'all enjoying the live? Okay, so since I'm piecing like I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and continue on, even though I ended up losing bobbin. If I can come back to this to do the other side for each one of these, because this one I got to get a string with. Uh-oh, the wind has come. Great.
You said the
Okay,
wind?
so I really hate the wind. So we'll be sewing F together with D, and then C will go on behind that. So C, D, and I'm just going to line them up on my design board in the order that it's talking about. And I'm just going to grab one at a time of the first two that be sewn together and sew them together first. I am working on vortex and listening, Hannah says. What ads are you? Yes, when those ads stay away, Joyce, you said. I can't do nothing about the ads, you guys. Wait a minute. I'm trying to miss this one. Yeah, okay. How many ads have you had, Joy? Janice, have you enjoyed working on the vortex so far that you've been doing?
Oh my God.
That many? Ooh, I need to go there and look in the settings and see if there's a way to tell it not to put so many in there.
Oh, it keeps starting from the beginning?
That's what it looks like. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have the other browser running the channel so I can see it. And so far I've only seen one ad in mine.
I've got YouTube Premium, so I don't get ads.
Oh, I didn't know that. How much do you pay a month for that?
Too much. $12.99.
Ouch.
But I watch YouTube I consume more content on YouTube than any other platform.
Do you watch movies too?
Not on YouTube.
Because I know there's movies on there. And I wondered if that premium covered those too.
No, I mean there are free movies that are up there, but there are paid movies also. But I usually don't watch movies up there. I normally just look at Netflix or Hulu for that.
I need to sit down and put that. We bought an Apple, whatever you call that thing that you look through your TV,
Oh yeah.
because I want to watch the Godzilla thing, Monarch. The only way I can watch Apple TV, and we found the Apple TV device at one of the stores here. But I just hadn't got
Okay.
around to putting it on the TV yet, so I can get it set up where I can go watch.
Yeah, I think I got like a 90-day trial of YouTube Premium, like, I don't know, maybe 18 months ago.
Oh
And I
wow!
tried it out and I got so used to not having the ads that I couldn't go back. So it's something that I pay for now.
Mine isn't starting from the beginning after a commercial. Yeah, it shouldn't be going back to the beginning after a commercial happens. Oh, I really hate seeing ribbon. You know why I hate it? Because I can barely see it. I need to buy me one of those lights that has like the magnifying on it. But that requires getting it in Denmark. And I think while I'm there for 4 days, I'm going to go on a light hunt anyway because I need more lighting for this house. When it, for my sewing area. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I swear though, I just I hate the light. I mean, let me put it this way: I don't like having so many lights on, but when I'm sewing, I swear I need them for. It's been like crazy. Like I need them all the time now when I'm sewing because I can't see what I'm doing.
Okay, I'm the opposite. I like a bright, well-lit room 24/7, unless I'm sleeping or getting ready to go to sleep. I have ridiculous amounts of lights on. Just absolutely
You know how
ridiculous.
many lights I have on right now in here? One,
How
two,
many?
three, 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the dining room light, plus those Christmas lights, plus that lamp behind me. That's how many lights are on right now.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I have two overhead lights, like two overhead fluorescent lights, and then I have 1, 2, 3 like kind of like shop lights, and then I have a lamp that has like, you know, the two lamps in one, and then another lamp, and then a ring light, and then this little puppy right here for my sewing machine. You guys can't see him.
Yeah, my
that guy.
Died. Oh, cool.
Now this guy is really helpful. My Janome had way more lights than my Juki, and I did not realize that. So when I plugged in this machine, I was like, I can't see anything. Anything.
Yeah. Problem.
I think that Janome had an incredible amount of LED lights on there, and this one just doesn't. And so I had to get myself a standalone light here.
It's funny when I went from the Singer to the Janome and had all these lights. I'm like, wow. So I agree with you on that one.
I think the thing that I miss about my Janome so far, because I haven't quilted anything, so I haven't missed the throat space because I haven't quilted anything. But I've missed the ability to move my needle position.
Yep.
It is really impacting my accuracy.
Yeah, I understand. It's definitely got me spoiled because when I bought I bought a little Janome wall in California. A little, I think it's called the Gem or something.
Yeah.
That one doesn't move either. And so it's like, oh, great. Now I need to take a ruler, see where the 1/4 inch line is, and then put tape. And I did. That's how I did it. Because I really didn't want to, I was stuck there for 7 months, but kept catching influenza. And then in the end, I ended up with pneumonia over it. So I just couldn't sit that long without sewing.
Yeah, I cannot. I don't know. I miss it.
I mean, I was outside digging her dirt the whole time I was there too, though. Planted a lot of flowers for her. So there was that herb getting filled because it was warm outside.
Yeah. I'm not too much of an outdoorsy person. I will say that.
I really wish I could have made it to the Yosemite again because I've been twice so far.
No, I like to like when I travel, I like to do outdoorsy things when I travel, but I don't like to do outdoorsy things when I'm home.
That makes sense.
So I have no desire to go plant anything outside or anything like that whatsoever. But if you take me somewhere, I'm going to have a list of places where I want to go.
So, after I reach the seams, you guys, and I take the thread out, there's little pieces left. And I use this came in a sew sampler box. These tweezers are wonderful for getting tiny pieces of thread off of the fabric. I'm probably gonna have to, I'm gonna look at these ones.
Okay. Yeah. That's me. Oh no.
Make a mistake.
No. Apparently no. Okay. I thought I did. No. Apparently I just made a mistake when I did my cutting actually. I think I cut my pieces a 1/4 inch too long. I thought all of my sewn units were wrong, but they're not. I just made an error in my cutting, which is
You'd just be able to trim them down then, right?
Yeah, yeah. That's a way easier mistake to correct.
Janice says she's enjoying the vortex. It's challenging, but the result is great. I am using my own stash, so that's interesting. Joy says it's the first time that's happened with the ad. Okay. Mine isn't starting from the beginning after commercial, is what Candace said. And Joyce says maybe it's a glitch at her end. I don't know. Who knows? I've been hearing a lot of discussion about people being unsubscribed from people's channels. There's been a lot of talk about that. They're saying YouTube's doing it.
No, my cut units are wrong. I mean, my sewn
Uh-oh.
units are wrong. So when it looks like when I did the cutting, I cut my pieces too short. So then my finished units are too short.
Are you going to be able to fix it?
I'm going to figure it out because I'm not redoing this.
Sometimes those patterns from Patchwork, she's usually really good about her patterns, but every now and then, like the one I got of Lori Holt seed flower pattern,
Mm-hmm.
the flower part of it, the outer petal part of it, my goodness. I There was one side of it where I had it turned the wrong way, and I took it out and thought I fixed it. And when I looked back, I sewed it back the way it was. I did that 4 times before I finally didn't do it.
Okay, no, wait, is this piece E? No, it is cut wrong. It's supposed to be 5 inches and I cut it at 5.5. Thank you, Jesus.
Well, that means you can trim down then, so that's good.
Yeah. Whew, Jesus.
That way you're not
I was
having
just
to
gonna,
start
I
over
was just gonna
again.
make a coping strip. I was just gonna put a coping strip on there to make it work. I was not gonna redo this.
Okay, so these are supposed to have A on, which is these. So let's throw these on first before I get sidetracked. All right.
I have made such a mess putting together this one block. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
What? You do get it done?
Almost. We're getting there. Okay. Stop it. Okay.
I have to say, doing these lives is keeping me motivated on sewing.
I agree because I probably never would have sewn. I don't, not never, but this block would not have gotten done today if not for this live.
Been enjoying having people sew with me too. I think it's been a very great idea. Y'all are too quiet in the chat, or did everybody leave?
There's 14 of them in there. Well, I guess are you and I guess you and I are included.
Yeah. Have you seen it get any more than 14 in here?
Yeah, there was definitely higher numbers, but I don't remember what they were.
Okay. Well, normally I'm on Thursdays, not on Tuesdays, so maybe that can, and I think somebody else might have a live going on tonight. I don't know. I I I'm doing I'm doing several lives this week because um I need to have content built up so that when I fly, I won't be around to it. He says, "Hello, Katie," and all in the chat. Working while sewing. To turn off ads in the mobile of your live, there is an option in YouTube Studio when you set the stream to turn it off. Oh, I didn't know that. Can that be done using my computer? Because I don't use my phone for doing this. The phone here, this is the phone right here, but I use Zoom that goes through YouTube. No.
If my machine is too loud, let me know.
I haven't heard your machine.
Go too fast.
Can you hear my dog?
Yeah.
She's like, I want you to get off it. I want you to get off your butt and come feed me.
She is saying, pay attention to me.
Yep. She's a demanding little turd. Janice says she's not hearing it at all. Donnell says, I'm finally in my sewing room, laugh out loud, and I'm sewing good.
Oh, nice.
Round to it says, I use a laptop and the settings are in where you set up your stream. I believe it's where you turn on monetization. Okay, I'll look at it. It'll have to be after we're done. I didn't know you could turn the ads on and off.
I knew you could turn them on and off for an upload, but I've never done a live, so I didn't know how it worked for lives.
So what I'm doing is I'm using my little dandy dandy roller here. And I'm just for right now, I'm just using it to press the seams open. And then when I put the other triangle on, and then I do the same thing, I'll go over to the iron and press all of them at once. You know, put the heat to them so that I can set that seam. Stop. Because if I feed you, then I have to take you outside, and I'm busy right now. And the wind is blowing, which means it's going to be cold when I walk out the door. I don't mind the snow, it's the wind I mind. I'm wondering how I should dress for North Carolina in February. If I was in Florida, I would know how to dress, but I don't have a clue for North Carolina.
We don't either. Our weather is so variable. You cannot predict. It could be 30 degrees. It could be 70 degrees.
Really?
We don't know. So when we get a little closer, then we'll kind of be able to tell. But right now, North Carolina at late February could be 30 or 70. We could have snow or friggin' sun, like heat.
Do you know if the convention? Do you know if the convention center itself will be hot or cold?
I don't know how they're going to heat it for this event. I've never had an
Whether it
issue
be
with,
cold or hot, put it that way.
I've never had an issue with temperature in events that I've been there where I've gone before.
I was wondering about that, but I don't like being hot, which is interesting considering where I came from.
But I don't know how things are now because, you know, with going green, apparently going green means sweating out your customers and not having any air conditioning in
Really?
your it seems that way. Like I don't know if how it is over there, but I've noticed like here when I'm like shopping in a department store where I used to be really cold, now I'm kind of warm. And it's just like you guys must not want my money because it's too hot in here to shop. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm older now and I'm just a bit more hot than I used to be. I don't know, but even like movie theaters, I used to freeze to death in a movie theater. Now I just bring like a light sweater and I'm fine. It just seems
Could
like
be
they
your
don't
age.
have much AC as they used to.
Yeah. We don't have air conditioners here at all.
Oh, we definitely do.
And sometimes when I walk in the grocery store, I'm like, why is it so hot in here? They need vent in the roof to let the air in, you know. And I find it alarming because things are warmer here in Finland over the last 3 or 4 years now. And when I see the meat man, the butcher, leaving meat sitting out as long as he does, it just bothers me.
Yeah, I could see that. That would bug me too.
Donnell says I would bring warm and cool clothing. The one thing I'm not bringing with me, I'm not bringing my parka. That's gonna
No, I
stay.
doubt you would need that.
Yep, I'm not bringing that because it's not worth the pain it's gonna cause. It takes up too much space.
Besides, it's usually, I mean, you're generally only going to be going from like your car to the facility. And in general, North Carolina doesn't get cold enough to where you can't walk from your car to a facility. Like you can spend, 3 or 4 minutes outside in the cold when it's 30 degrees
I
and
figured
be
I would just
okay.
order a flannel shirt and have it sent to Christine and
There you go.
wear a hoodie, travel through here, and I should be able to get away with a flannel shirt and a hoodie.
I don't see why not. That's kind of typical North Carolina fare.
I need a new flannel shirt anyway, so why not?
Because like it was Monday. Monday was like our high was like 35,
Uh-huh.
and tomorrow our high is 70.
Oh wow, sounds like Florida.
Yeah, so it's just a little tricky.
Lake City is the place where it'll be 9 degrees, one or no. I have seen it as -1 back in 1989 or right before Christmas. It was
Hmm.
it was -1 or 2 degrees, something like that, and it lasted 2 or 3 days. And that I had never seen that, but that also caused havoc down in South Florida where all the orange trees were in. Lots of farmers went bankrupt because of that weather.
I would imagine
Yep,
that would
because
definitely impact if we got wet. If it was that cold here, that would impact our economy also.
yep, that's why when you
Hi,
go down there,
Shirley.
weather is getting bad and I'm disconnecting. So, okay, sweetie,
Okay.
be
Bye bye,
safe.
Andrea.
See you later, Andrea. Stay
Thank you for
safe.
joining in.
I think our planet is mad at us. So remember me talking about earlier about that little short that went crazy with you?
Mm-hmm.
There were several comments. I had to delete 4 of them because some no offense to any of y'all, but I'm an American too, and let me tell you what, I just sometimes dislike Americans.
Were they
Because
rude in the comments?
yeah, they just think they can just spread their little conspiracy crap, and yeah, one of them says, "Oh, this is biblical stuff that's going on." And I'm like, okay, that's evangelical stuff. Then one of them said something about I sounded like I was about to have a heart attack, that I was overly excited. But if you go watch the video, what you're hearing is me being out of breath. And that's because I'm an asthmatic. But he made the assumption that I was overreacting. And the other 2 were just rude, plain rude. I'm not even going to repeat what they said.
There's just no need for it,
I'm saying, I don't understand. There's a channel that I watch, and I'm getting pretty close to stopping watching him because he's gone from being what I thought was a pretty decent channel because he keeps up with what's going on at the Yellowstone caldera and keeps up with other things that has to do with our planet, because he shows stuff. But lately, it's been horrible what he's they are all on this mission to say that all of there's all kinds of alien craft in our atmosphere, and that when you see a triangle in the middle of an open triangle space in the middle of a cloud, that was made by an alien ship. And then something happened down in Miami, and now he's saying that there's a time dimension thing going on in crazy what's being said. And I'm like, what's happened to our country? Now I need to shut up.
Well,
Somebody might get offended.
you
I just
know,
don't understand.
I I'm a very science-based person,
Yeah, me too.
and I believe in faith, but I also believe that most of our faith books were written by people, and people are fallible.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I believe in God and all that. I mean, I'm not saying I don't. I just don't like people using the Bible to say that our planet's coming to an end because of blah blah blah. Human beings are what's going to destroy this planet.
You got that right.
You don't think it has a thing to do with God. She's back here. She brought something in here. What in the world? Oh, it's a tripod.
I have 3 more seams to sew. That is it. 3.
Is that what you're complaining about? The tripod? Kathleen, hello. I've been watching Chaunda's channel for so long, and I honestly don't think I've ever seen her sewing. Hey, she's enjoying herself for the most part.
It's just such a because it's like trying to show it and see what I'm showing at the same time, and then I have to like edit those videos.
Yep.
And editing is so time consuming. Like if you have a 30-minute video, it's gonna take you probably an hour and a half, 2 hours to edit it.
Sorry, Kathleen. I kind of got off on the sidetrack. Kathleen says, interesting chat. I have to say I agree completely. It's just that when you have I'm in a situation where I have a front row seat to what's going on. And for people to say it's not happening, it disturbs me. It disturbs me for two reasons. One is, how can you ignore what's going on in the United States with all the weather stuff going on and say nothing's wrong with our planet? I mean, you've got flooding, you've got atmospheric rivers going on.
I mean, you shouldn't have, 100-year flood every year.
No,
That's
shouldn't.
wrong.
Not at all. I mean, people need to listen, because we all contribute to what's going on. I know that. I mean, even I contributed to it, but I've also tried to be. I try to be as mindful as I can and not do extra things to send it down the toilet, so to speak. And it makes me sad knowing that, when I moved here, and my husband took me to see the ice cap in 2012, and I took pictures of it. Kathleen says she's not complaining because he loves her channel.
Did she what? Oh, no. I mean,
I'm not complaining. I love your channel. Talking about
I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were. I just know for me, sometimes, like, I want to sew more, but trying to operationalizing that is not.
Well, girl, out on my life, and you want to if you want, so they can see what you're doing. I'm up for that anytime you are.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. That's why I say, sewing together makes us all stronger together. So, hey, we're a tribe.
One more seam.
Huh? One more
seam? I gotta press and then one more seam.
All right. I really like the lights because you're right. You don't have to edge them. Kathleen says, I've heard about creators talking about how long it takes to edit, and that makes me appreciate what you do so much more. Yeah, on my little interviews, I probably spend 2 or 3 hours editing. And part of it's because I still am learning. But also, I haven't found a software that really I find user friendly. They all are a pain in my.
Well, I think everything I've ever heard, like anybody that I've ever heard, like even people that like are YouTube OGs with a couple million followers, even they say that it takes twice as long to edit than the video is. So if you got a 30-minute video, it's going to take you an hour to edit it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think some of that is just the way it is.
Yep, and that doesn't even include the time you spend making a thumbnail, a decent thumbnail that you want to capture somebody's eyeball so they see it. They're like, oh, let's go see what this is about.
Right, which is why my channel doesn't grow because I don't do any of that. I'm like, I can't.
I don't mind making thumbnails because I find it fun. I can always make you some. I don't mind. The reason I make them, or the reason I know how to make them, is because I used to have a web page and I used to make my own banners. Only I made my own banners using my own pictures using Corel Photo Paint, and I did all of it in that. But the thumbnails and stuff that I've been making for my videos and stuff, that's on Canva.
I know.
And I should walk you through that. It's so easy to do. The only part that's frustrating is learning how to do the upload process and how to move the picture from there to the thumbnail where you want it at.
Okay.
And that just means what you do is you have to spend a day where you're not going to sew or do anything else. You're just going to play. And if you have a chance to do that, and you want to, I can help walk you through it if you want to do that. We could spend one afternoon just messing around, use Zoom so I can share the screen and I can show you how to walk around that. I don't know everything about Canvas. I don't think that. but I do know that I know enough that I can make a thumbnail and help you make one. I think that would be great.
I do want to do it. I really do. I want to do it. It's just like every time I have free time, I want to do something creative and not like learn things.
Yep. It's sometimes, finding time and not being tired. I can't do it if I'm tired. Let me see. You, Kathleen said some more stuff.
Okay.
Kathleen says, I am planning to take a sick day tomorrow and sew. Cough, cough. And then Grandma D says, I have totally heard that from Karen Brown. He says, editing takes forever. It sure does.
It does.
You know what else takes forever to do? Setting up lives when you have to use a streaming platform to do all of it. There's so much that goes into all of that. I call it housekeeping.
Ooh. I finished my block.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me pin you so we can let everybody see. Hold on.
I'm gonna turn my camera around.
Okay, and I'm going to pin you, so give me a minute. Pin thing up. There you are. I have now pinned you. Wow, that looks great! Congratulations!
It took 2.5 hours and it was already cut.
I know. Sometimes that happens with pattern. That's beautiful. I think that.
I think I need to commit to doing like one block a week.
Yeah, probably good thing instead of making two. How many were you going to make of that one?
I'm just making one because I've got other blocks already cut.
Oh, okay. You have other ones to do still. Wow.
Yeah, so I have 4 other blocks that are cut. So I think maybe I'll just pick a day of the week and sew a block.
Yeah.
Because wow, that was time consuming.
What are you doing?
That took a lot of time.
Yeah, something just happened.
Now let me give it a good press. Press everything open on the back.
Maybe I need to change the needle.
I think next time I do a live, I'm going to do something a little less fiddly, something I don't have to pay as much attention to.
Mm-hmm.
That way I can talk more. I felt like sometimes I wasn't talking because I was like trying to do the block.
You did fine. You did fine. I like it that the fact that you're relaxed. And that's what I cared about. So I know you don't do live.
Yeah, it just like, because like, I don't know, because trying to do it by myself to try to talk to everybody, read the comments, and work on what I'm working on at the same time just seemed like a lot.
I can tell you that when my husband's home, I enjoy the lives a lot more because he watches. If he participates sometimes, but when he's not participating, he's still watching, and he'll say, "Hey, so and so asked a question," and that helps because you got another set of eyes pointing out this person asked you a question,
right?
So you don't end up leaving somebody out, that you didn't answer a question to.
Yeah, Kathleen, you are right. They are going to take forever. I think I did the cutting on 4 blocks, and that cutting took me 2 hours. And just to piece this one block took 2.5 hours to piece this one block. So I don't think I want to get behind on this anymore.
Yeah, once you get behind, it takes a while to catch up.
So I did a block this week. Maybe if I'm lucky this weekend, I'll get one done. I'm not making any promises, but
Just take
I'm
your
gonna try to
time.
do one a week.
If you do one a week, that's good. If you don't, then
If I
that's
do one a week, that'll catch me up.
Yep.
So by the
Yeah,
time
because what, there's
we get to
February,
finish
March,
the
and April left,
instructions,
right?
huh?
There's February, March, and April left for those blocks, right?
I think just February and March.
Okay, I didn't know if it was March or if it was April it stopped for that pattern.
Hold on, did I just get block 9 or block 10? I think I just got block 10 in the mail. I think I just unboxed block 10.
So there's 12 of them, right?
Mm-hmm. So we'll get one more block and then two more blocks and the finishing instructions. And I think last year they sent the finishing instructions and block 12 at the same time.
But there you can, not like a thing, on easy. You borrowed a block. Stop. Okay, here's my wheel. For some reason, you know what else I like about this Shinomi? Is you see how that picks up the foot way up?
How it does what?
Watch. It's on the bed right now. And when you lift it up, you can put the fold. But if
Oh, the extra high lift in the back? Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
nice
like
when
that
you have
about,
something thick.
yep.
Or if you have fat fingers like me and you're trying to get up underneath there to do something.
Yep. Right. Let's see if we can get this one done, and then I can continue on with my knitting.
All right.
Proud you got it done.
I got it done. It's nice and pressed. That was, you know, that was a lot. That was a lot. I think from now on I'll do my block first thing in the morning is what I'll do. Whatever day I pick, that block is getting done in the morning. When my brain is still fresh.
Yep. Did I tell you that I'm going to do the moonbeam?
You doing what?
The Fat Photoshop moonbeam, the one that they use for this year's Make-A-Wish.
The charity quilt along?
Yep. Yep. Signed up for it. Wait, I'm thinking that they're gonna start making everybody pay at the end of this month.
I have not done one of those. I think there was only one because normally I don't like the fabric line enough to pay that much money for it.
This one's going to be the coolest quilt I have ever seen. I can't believe that she's doing a dark background one. It's going to be beautiful. And it's got interesting blocks on it that I've never seen before. Kathleen,
I'm kind of more drawn to like non-traditional.
yeah.
And so
Forget who the fabric line is by, but it's definitely not by Lori Holt.
yeah, it's usually like it's like Sherry and Chelsea, and I like some of their lines, but not all of their lines. Or it's
Yeah.
or a Yoder or stuff like that. And so it's like that type of kind of pastel-y, kind of washed out, kind of not quite feed sack, more color than feed sack, but that type of fabric. And I'm just like, I don't, even though I might enjoy some of that, I don't enjoy it enough. Because, anytime you're doing a block of the month, you're paying a premium.
Yeah.
And so generally, I don't like those fabrics enough to pay that premium for them. I gotta look and see what they're doing this year. I don't even know.
Yeah, you should look at the pattern. It's pretty cool.
Let me look at
I
it.
haven't seen anybody take those usual blocks and turn them into something that looks that interesting. But it does look interesting. And I normally wouldn't even say that, but that one I'm a little drawn to. Kathleen
So
says,
Moonbeams by Sherry and Chelsea.
okay, but that background's not by Cherry and Chelsea. I think that's something that Kimberly curated from somewhere. Kathleen says this, I'm surprised you can get anything done on a live like this. I went to a cross-stitch retreat and probably frogged as much as I attached because I'm a bit chatty, a lot chatty, she says. Hi, Alfonso, what's up? Hello, Katie from Colorado. Hope you're all having a blessed day. That's funny. I would probably talk too much at a retreat too.
Definitely don't feel bad because I know I've only been to one retreat and I spent most of it on my balcony looking at the ocean because I'm an ocean person, I'm a beach person. And then I spent the rest of it running my mouth.
You definitely had a good view from your hotel room.
Yeah, it was great.
Like, ooh, ocean view. Yummy. Kathleen says, I do wish SS would branch out to other designers, some with BOM, but at least Kimberly at Qaqortoq is honest about picking stuff to like. Yeah, but I just think that mentality is leaving all of the people like us out. I would like to see more modern stuff being done too, and she just absolutely, she should never tell people that.
I mean, she does. I mean, she says she doesn't really like the modern fabric, and she likes what she likes, and they've had a lot of success, doing what they do.
Is you have a newbie that doesn't know where they want to go, as far as do they want to be modern or do they want to be traditional? And then they hear somebody. Just think of it this way, Pete. Word of mouth. I remember being told by my first employer that one person can make one complaint about something, and by the time it's over with, 1,000 people have heard this complaint, and those 1,000 people won't buy that because of it. And you shouldn't do that to, with fabric because, if you're selling fabric, you want to sell all of it, not because you only like specific kinds. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, I would have a tough time with it too. Like if I was to have some type of fabric shop, I would have a tough time picking out stuff I don't like that other people might like. Like that would be really difficult.
Well, she's got plenty of people that can sew for her that doesn't. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to sew all of it.
No, not the sewing. I think her and Kevin, they make all of the decisions, the purchasing decisions about what to buy, what to put in the shop.
Yeah. You know what I found out? She's definitely gonna. This shocked me. She's going to sell the Robo Boogie fabric line from Bernatech. I about fell over when I saw it.
She's gonna do what?
The Robo Boogie fabric line from Bernatech. It's going to be sold in Qaqortoq, and I am just ecstatic about that because I want to buy all of it. The fabric design is Elena of Figure. Her
Okay.
first fabric line. And the Robo Boogie fabric is so cute.
I think I've
Robo,
seen some of that.
yeah, the colors are similar to other fabric lines, but the design is it's got some of them have little robots, some of them have like little diodes on them. There's a couple that have
Yeah.
lines on them.
I saw that somewhere. I don't know if it was on her channel or if I was watching something else, but I did see that. It might have been in one of Kimberly's lives. I try to watch the lives where they show the upcoming fabric lines, or at least I did. I did that for a long time. I've stopped because I don't need to see all that fabric. I don't want to be tempted by all that fabric. So I've tried to like stop, but I still go back and check them out sometimes. And I think I saw one of those lines, and I was happy for her. I was glad that she was coming out with her own line.
Oh, she's a really nice person. I did interview her, but my first big long quilt along that lasted a year uh was because of her, and I learned so much from her. I learned how to do reverse applique, and which to me reverse applique was easy. I almost failed on I think she introduced the Delta row, I think around the seventh month or something. And that almost did me in. The two ladies that were in the group, when I wrote in the group, I said, I guess I'm going to have to stop because these Delta triangles are beyond my skill set. And they gave me their emails and they said, write something and tell us exactly what's going on. So I did. When I got an answer back, there was this long, detailed thing on what to do. And I mean
Nice.
long. And I followed the instructions and the Delta row came together. And I was so appreciative because they took the time to say, let's do it this way because it sounds like you're a visual learner and you need to have more visual on how you're putting those triangles together. Because the triangles were whole, I guess you would say they were either 90-degree triangles or 60-degree, I'm not sure. And you flipped them, every other one would flip.
Okay.
So you had a point up and a point down, and I could not get the seams to line up. When I would sew the side seam and then open it, they would not even be straight like they were supposed to be. And when you
So I
do
guess like something in the geometry wasn't clicking.
right, it wasn't clicking, and that's when I realized that I probably am a little bit angle challenged. And because I'm a visual learner, that makes it worse. Because I couldn't see what I was doing wrong. But what they ended up having me do is draw a 1/4 inch line on each where you see my fingers? Hold on, you guys. Can you all hold on a minute, please?
Yep.
You could hear that, couldn't you?
I didn't.
Babe, I'm on a live. Can you hang up?
Do you want to, because it's almost over, do you want to take the call? Because you haven't spoken to him, right?
Oh, I haven't. Can you like talk to them for a minute while I talk? I'm gonna mute myself, okay?
Yeah.
You guys, I'll be right back. I have to answer this, okay? Let me find my Zoom thing so I can mute myself.
I'm gonna open up the live so I can see your questions. Okay. I think somebody said they liked my block. I ran my mouth and shopped. It was wonderful, but I also made 4 great friends and have met up on our own. That's awesome. I um I did not do any shopping, and that was on purpose because I don't need anything. And I know I would have spent money. I would have bought lots, and I would have bought lots of stuff I don't need, and I would have been no. No. Oh, thank you, Don. I'm glad you enjoyed my box opening. So Sampler's been great. Like last month and this month, they were some really good boxes. Like I have no complaints. There were some rough ones back in late 2020 and even throughout 2021. There was some questionable ones, but it looks like now that we're out of the whole and I never tried So Sampler pre-pandemic, right? So all of you guys that might have had it pre-pandemic, that wasn't me. I never had that. So I don't have any experience with that, but since I will say like the latter half of last year and so far this year, it's been great. I've had no problems. I think it's like a great like entry level box. It's like a great price point. I think with tax and shipping it comes in at like $37 or something like that. So it's not too bad. I like it. Let's see. Oh, so I've been working on my sweater, guys. I'm really proud of myself. I don't know. I know Kathleen, you watch my channel. I don't know if you others do, but I this is where I'm at. Hold on. So basically, this is the whole main part of the sweater. And then this will come, these two little skinny pieces here will become the front panels. And this little piece here will become the back panel. So this piece is completely done. I did make some mistakes. I made some mistakes as far as like, where to put my stitches and things like that. But um, all in all, I think I'm doing all right, all in all. And I've got um the sleeves next. So I might start them tonight, maybe, or tomorrow. There's a fruit fly down here. It's driving me crazy. Um, but yeah, I kind of want to get started on that. I want to get started on that. I'm about 40% through my sweater. I did not add the border, Janice. I did not add the border. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still considering it, but I have not taken any steps yet. It's over here. That's my little skein. If I decide to add the border, um, so no, I have not. Honestly, I think I might just look for a pattern that I can use the yarn with. Like I don't know what to do with this one skein of yarn. Um, and I forgot where I bought it from. I don't know if I bought it from Joanne or Michael's. I don't even remember where purchased the yarn, but I do want to maybe just I don't know. I don't know. But I do like the blanket. I do like the blanket. I kind of wish I had made it bigger. Um but then I would have needed a lot more yarn and it would have been just way too cost prohibitive. And it's really heavy already as it is. Um because 6 of the skeins that I used were 6 ounces each. So that's 36 ounces. Plus 2 5-ounce skeins, that's another 10. Did I do that math right? Yeah. So we have 46 ounces. It's a heavy blanket already. So it's already 3 pounds. So
Something
the
must have
weight,
happened on his and I lost him.
yeah, the weight of it alone is kind of making me not want to put the border on because it's just so heavy. And somebody did mention that it would be more likely that that border would get really distorted because of the weight of the blanket. So I'm leaning towards not. That was an easy little blanket to make too. That was fun to make. That was fun. I want to the next thing that I'm making the cardigan. That's my long-term crochet project. So I need another short-term one. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. um I haven't decided. So I have a blanket that I have the yarn for, the pattern for, but I'm just I'm just I'm just not sure about this pattern here. This Lion Brand pattern. I got this Lion Brand Touch of alpaca yarn for like dirt cheap. It was like $2 a skein. Like that's when you need to buy yarn. If you do crochet, you need to buy yarn when Lion Brand puts it on sale for $2 a skein. That's how I got the this that I'm using for my cardigan. I paid $2 a skein. I bought 5 skeins and I needed 7 for this project, so I think I bought like 2 or 3 more off of Amazon just to make sure. And I think when I'm done making the cardigan, I'm going to make a pair of fingerless gloves that I saw on Bag O' Day Crochet's website. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Bag O' Day, but she's a prolific crocheter. And she has this pattern for fingerless gloves. It uses a DK weight yarn, and she recommends a yarn that has some stretch to it, which this cotton has a little bit of stretch to it when you crochet it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make the cardigan in some matching fingerless gloves. And I should have enough left over. I should have enough left over to maybe make a hat or something, or a scarf or a cowl or something like that. Yes, buying yarn on sale does get you a giant stash. Don't do it. That's what she says. No, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't. I did, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't do that. Because then you end up with all of this. Like all my fabric, all the fabric back there, I bought that all on sale. That's 90% of it was purchased on sale, did not pay full price, but and the same with the yarn.
I don't think there's anything really wrong with that, though.
No, I mean, you can have too much. You know, when you buy more than you can reasonably use in your lifetime,
Yeah, that
then,
could be a problem.
yeah, when you buy more than you have space for, then yeah, and that's where I'm at. So that's why I'm trying not to buy. Yes, Melissa, the same thing happens with fabric, which is why I'm trying not to buy any, which is
I
easier said than done.
I have some yarn I'm going to donate to Becca's mother. Because when I was going through, making all these things before I got involved with quilting, so
Hmm.
I was like, I was like, maybe I should downsize some of my yarn stash. So I'm going to give her some of it. I'm still keeping some of it because I intend on using it, but I don't know the when.
Yeah, I definitely wanna, I don't know. I got too much of everything, so.
Lindy Anna says I won't live long enough to knit or crochet at all.
No, me either, Lindiana. I won't either. Like literally. If I made a quilt every month for the next 10 years, I'd still think I'd have fabric. And then if you add in the yarn, like I could probably go 20 years and make a quilt every month. It's a lot. Because some quilts only use one jelly roll. Like I should go look for I don't know if you guys are familiar with Carrie Nelson, but I never make any of her patterns. She I think she's with Riley Blake, I think. I think. But she came out with this pattern, this sampler quilt that I thought was so good. It was so gorgeous. It was called Summer Moon. And there were so many fabrics in that thing. I was like, okay, no, no, I no, I can't do it. Like when I look at, like when I open a pattern and it uses 40 fabrics, I'm already out. I'm out. Count me out. That's too much. I do not want to have to iron and cut all of 40 different fabrics. No. Any pattern that says cut, 272-inch squares.
Is there a shortcut to that? What are they being used? How are they being used?
I mean, it's generally corners, right? Snowball, when you got to snowball a bunch of corners.
Okay.
And yeah, and so I'm out. Like, it's not the cutting, it's the piecing those squares. I can bust out my stripology ruler and cut 272-inch squares pretty quickly and efficiently. But the piecing, no.
My husband says I can buy a tripology ruler, and I haven't done it yet. And I would use it because I love cutting 2.5-inch strips. Instead of buying jelly rolls, I like cutting it from
From
yardage
your
hours.
tag. Yeah. It's better that way. Your strips are more accurate and you don't have to worry about that pesky
Crimping.
yeah, the edge. That's why like I don't like to use pre-cut solids. So like if I'm using a jelly roll or a layer cake for my print, I like to cut my own background because then at least I know my background is cut to the right size and
Yeah.
I can line it up with the pre-cut to make it be the way it's supposed to be. So I like that.
So what did you guys think about tonight with us sewing together? I wish there's a way we can make our chat match our verbal, do it in real time. So when we ask a question, we're not sitting here waiting.
Yeah, there's definitely a delay.
Yeah.
I need to use the potty.
You can go do a bio break. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go use the potty.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll be right here. I'm not going
I need
nowhere.
to get my other shoe on because I sew with one shoe.
I don't show you. I sew but no,
I
no,
can't sew. It's too cold down here for that.
I just can't wear. I hate shoes.
I love to wear shoes. I'm one of those people that like I would go to work and when I would come home from work, I would leave my shoes on, cook dinner, and like I wouldn't take my shoes off until like I was done cooking dinner. I would just leave my shoes on. But I cannot sew with a shoe on. I cannot do that.
So everybody, what did you think about me and Chaunda sewing together tonight? Have you enjoyed that so far? Can you hear me? Okay. Oh, I think I did a boo-boo. Okay, Janice. Yeah, looky here. I have all of these pieces ready for sewing together into. So let me show you these. So this is the part of it. So I had to make 4 of these. And then I had to make 4 like this. Okay, where's the rest of it? There's 4 of these. Go lay down, Coda. Go on. Go. 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 There's no space in here for you. Go. Go on. My German Shepherd thinks he can squeeze himself into a tiny space. And then there's this one that I've made 4 of those also. So I have all of them ready for sewing together. Have a nice night, Janice, and thank you for coming. Nora. Oh, I need to unpin that. Oops. Yeah, I just realized that, Donna, so I'll re-show you. Sorry about that. I just realized that I had Chaunda pinned and not me. Okay, so I had to make 4 of these. Then I made 4 of these. I have to press them now for the iron. And 4 of these. And 4 of these. Sorry about that. So, how long have you been sitting here watching, Donna? Nora? Oh, I'm still glad. Hello. Okay, Donna, it's all right. I'm getting the watchhour, so that's great. Fine by me. So I finished clue 8, and I'm close to finishing. Once I sew all of these pieces together, clue 9 will be done, and that means putting together all of my village greens. And that means I will have finished a UFO. And I am super happy about that. Oh, okay. What kind of work do you do? Oh, okay. I bet that's a lot of work. Oh, it's a part-time job? Okay. So, tomorrow, well, I'll mention earlier today that I interviewed a young woman who is one of the designers of the Stronger Together. I'll be posting this interview in front of the live I'm doing because we'll be sewing with her tomorrow night. Yes, I bet it does take a lot of patience. I discovered when I was really young that that wasn't my thing. I used to I helped someone out. It was Andy to do it, take care of her mother. And I discovered it was just something I couldn't do. I worked for, I don't know, about 6 months and I realized that that wasn't up my alley. 14 hours is a long time. Welcome back, Chaunda.
Hi. I had to make sure people ate.
Yep. As soon as we hang up, I'm going to be feeding my mutt. I guess I missed the call. I mean, I tried to call him back and the connection must not have been there.
Hey,
Hopefully,
Donna.
hopefully he'll try again tomorrow.
Well, at least you know he's okay.
Yep. The fact that he tried to call tells me he's around. It's not like him not to call. Donna said she loves it. That's good.
Oh,
I think you've come to a stopping point. What do you say? Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna start anything new.
Yeah,
I
I
cleaned
think
up a
I
little
don't want to
bit.
do any more tonight. I think I've done enough tonight.
Yeah, that block pretty much took all I had to give. And the only thing I might crochet tonight in bed, maybe, but I think I'm done sewing.
Donna says, I love your videos, Shonda. Honest opinion.
Oh, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that.
There's been a lot of compliments about your videos.
Yeah, I try to be honest because I mean, how else can you be? I mean, the only thing is like the things that I don't like, I don't get anymore. So, or the
Yeah,
things that weren't working for me, I don't get anymore. So there's only 2 subscriptions that I get.
yeah. I'm down to just a classic box and a PMP. That's all I do now, subscription wise. I used to have Pro Sampler, and I was doing what was the name of the company?
Oh, you crochet too, Donna? That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, because it's like, because Donna says it's the only way to be honest. And it's like, if I'm not honest, then that means I have to think of something to say. I have to think of a script, and then I have to remember to be consistent. And one thing that I'm bad at is remembering things.
Yeah.
So if I was to lie, I would easily contradict myself. I would completely contradict myself. I need to wash my mat. I think I'm going to do a video about that maybe this weekend. I need to wash my wool mat. It's disgusting.
Finding marks on my porcelain top of my.
Oh, that's a long time. Donna says she's been crocheting 40 or 50 years.
Yep, that's definitely a long time.
Definitely not that long. I guess it would be 28 with a major gap in the middle. But I taught myself how to crochet when I was about 19 or 20. And it was not easy. It was not easy because I had to use pictures. There was no video. I didn't have anyone to teach me. Donna, my wool mat is gross. And it's because I eat down here sometimes. And as much as I try to be careful, it just
Still gets on time. Yeah.
but also I haven't washed this mat also since I moved down here. So I think I moved down here. It was like March of 2022. So I haven't washed this mat in 2 years. I just, once it gets dirty, I just flip it to the other side. That's usually what I do so I don't have to wash it as much. But it definitely needs a cleaning. It needs a good cleaning.
You want to see what my mat looks like? This is my mat.
That's not that bad. Look, I'm gonna do weird things with my camera. You see all those brown stains?
So what I mean is mine's like homemade. It's not.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mine's been home. I mean,
Homemade.
it kind of, well, because all I have underneath here, I went to Lowe's and I had them cut me a piece of particle board. And that's what I have under my wool mat so that it won't warp the table. Because I just have, a cheap 6-foot Walmart table under here. That's all I got.
So what I made mine from is the plywood under here.
Yeah.
Wrapped a stapled towel around the whole thing, and then there's a layer of pencil bright or whatever you call that heat resistant stuff.
Yeah.
And then on top of that is batting, and then I took this fabric. This is like I made my bedroom curtains out of this along with the balances in my sewing room. And this was on yardage. So this was yardage. So I cut it, sewed around the edges. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a seam around the edge here. And so that it wouldn't ravel or anything. But I discovered when I had an extra layer of batting, I couldn't get my staple gun to go all the way through it. So I need to get different size staples.
Okay.
So that's why these corners are not fastened, because it wouldn't hold it down. But and this is the second time let's see, this covering here is number 2 after a year. The first one started, eventually the fabric starts coming apart.
Yours is kind of like the one Donna Jordan has, except, different size, but I think the construction is kind of similar.
Yeah. It's what I come up with, since I can't just go buy large mats for ironing with.
I really got lucky with this ironing mat. I got a great price on it because they're expensive and I'm a little on the cheap side. But I bought this back when Blueprint was still in existence.
Mhm.
And they used to do like 50% off anything, everything, 50% off. So I got this mat for like $40 and it's like
Nice.
58 by 24. So I was like, I'll take that. I'll take that mat. But then once I got it, it was like, okay, because I really wanted to be able to just like lay out 2 or 3 fat quarters and just iron them at the same time. Like I wanted a surface big enough to do that. And so, but I didn't want to spend a bunch of money. So I was able to get the mat for $40. I'm like, okay, great. Then I got the table. I think at the time, the little Costco 6-foot tables were like $40 or $50 at Walmart. So I bought one of those. This is like back in 2019, before the pandemic and all the prices went out of control. And then I was like, well, it's gonna warp. At first I had it sitting directly on the table, and I was like, well, that's not gonna work. It's gonna warp the table. It's just a cheap plastic table. So I got this big piece of plywood to put the mat on, and so I just used that.
Hang on a second. I'm going to see if people ask questions in a minute.
So Donna says she thought about covering her wool mat with fabric.
Can you do that, or will it stop it from breathing?
Yeah, I don't know how that works because I'll tell you before, right now I have the wool mat just directly on the plywood. Before I had it directly on the plywood, I had a towel down and I had a towel in between the wool mat and the plywood thinking that that would be better, but it wasn't. Because whereas the wood will release the heat and the water and from the steam, the towel could not breathe to do that. And so the towel underneath the wool mat would be damp. So I don't know how it'll work if you cover it with fabric. I think you'll kind of lose the benefit of the wool mat as far as the return heat and the grip. I'm not sure. I know people do it. I actually something came up on my YouTube feed a couple days ago where somebody had covered their wool mat, and they loved it. It's not. I don't think it's going to work for me, but they loved it, and it certainly would keep it cleaner. Because like if I could just build me a couple of sleeves and just slide that puppy in a sleeve, like that would be great. But I just don't know if it would be better or not. But by all means, try it, Donna, and let me know because I'm curious. I'm curious if it works.
Anybody else have any questions they want to ask?
Shonda's gonna wind down. I'm having a White Claw on an empty stomach. It's gonna be good times.
Figure out how to re-engage this screen back together because I took my chat and separated it from my browser so that I could have the part of the screen missing. Okay, so restore chat. Okay, now it's there. Okay, got it. I can't figure out how to look. It won't let me look to see if anybody has questions for you after I put it up there. It says it keeps telling me what question. It says what questions do you have for Chaunda, and when you click on that, then it wants.
I think it just takes you to the chat.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Yeah, so I think when you ask a question, it doesn't go like into a separate.
Oh, it doesn't?
Things. I think when you ask the question, it just goes into the chat.
Huh.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, because I don't see no answer, no questions. Unless I did
see
it
something
wrong.
now?
What questions?
I
Yeah,
just put
me
high in there. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Let me look. I've used the poll and that worked. I don't know why the question one doesn't. And it says if I end it, it'll say you will this will remove all questions in the question list. What question list? Well, I guess that was a oh well. I'll figure it out eventually, probably. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. I don't see it. I think it's something only you can see because it's your channel.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing it. That's the problem.
Yeah, that I don't know.
Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to ask Becca because I think Becca uses it sometimes. Or Sean might have even used it for all I know. I could ask him probably. Does anyone else have any comments they want to make? Hey, are you ready to get off?
Yeah, I'll go get me something to eat. It's
Okay.
late your time. How are you not starving?
Because I ate a couple hours
It's like
before.
10:30. How are you not like falling over from hunger?
I don't know, but my dogs think they are.
I know, like I understand why they're a little miffed now. They're like, "Hey, lady,
They're like 2 hours late because usually I feed
it's
them around
past
7.
time."
Yep. So she's at my feet, but he finally settled down, but I'm going to feed him in a minute. All right. So thank you everybody for coming to my live tonight. Thank you, Chaunda, for coming. I hope you enjoyed it because I did.
I did. And I got something done. I got something done, which is
Okay,
important.
great. So if you want to do this again, let me know when you're free.
Okay. Why don't we just yeah, I'll look at my calendar and then I'll
I
just
think I
email
have a
you or
sew day
message
where I
you.
have a sew person with me. Hang on a second. Let me look at, where's my calendar? Because I think that I might have a Saturday where I don't know if you sew on Saturdays or not.
I do sew on Saturdays, but excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to burp like that. I do
Oh,
sew on Saturdays,
I
but
didn't hear it.
okay. But I don't really want to commit to Saturday because I never know what I'm gonna be like. I know for a fact this Saturday I'm definitely gonna be sewing because it's the first day of the quilt along that I'm doing. I know I'm gonna be sewing.
Yeah, I think I'm sewing with Ian Saturday. Hang on, I'm opening this thing because it's better for me to go look there. Okay. Yeah, I'm sewing with Ian on Saturday.
What
Um,
time?
Start 7 o'clock my time, which would be 6 by 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
That'll be during football, so I'm out. That's football season is almost over, and it'll free up my
Yeah,
Saturdays a little bit.
I don't care about football. Well, if it was the Super Bowl, I might, but the rest of it, I don't care about.
Yeah, there's a game at 4:30 and then
Football.
there's a game at 8:15. So
What?
I'll probably it's kind of like it's something that I do with my fiance. It's something that we do together. We kind of watch football, we cook, we hang out. It's kind of our thing. I don't want to take it from him. So
Well, and I don't expect you to do that. Hang on a second. What are you doing on? Oh, do you have Wednesday free of next week on the 31st?
yeah, that's an open day.
Why don't we do it Wednesday of next week?
Okay.
Because I don't have anything scheduled for the 31st or the 1st of February, and that's Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay, we'll do that Wednesday.
Okay, let me write that down. Wanna-
What time works for you?
Um, I don't mind doing it at 7 o'clock my time if you don't mind doing it earlier your thing.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna do this January 31st, 7 my time, which is 6 by 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, that actually really that's a really good time for me. That 4 o'clock is a
Make
really
sure I
good
feed my
time.
darn dogs before I start the live.
Yeah, because 4 o'clock means that I can log in for work early. I can have a full work day. I can work a full 8 hour day and not have to take time off and then be able to and still do the live at 4. So that's perfect.
Okay, great. That sounds good. Did I mark us offline already? No, I don't think so. I think we're still live. Oops.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, hold on, you guys. See you guys later. I'm so sorry. Bye.
Be able to still do the live at 4. Bye.